40 drivers, one winner. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second ever running of the NWP 400 live on YouTube. My name's Jonathan Ramos, the voice of NR. It's time to get it done right here, right now. 47 drivers enter, 40 spots available for 400 miles. Hopefully you guys are all ready to get ready for this great racing action at the World Center of Racing, NR Night in America's eTicket event. It's a summer classic that will be an annual event, no doubt about it. And once again, the second ever running. Gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of notables to go in and talk about tonight as we get ready to get started with Countdown to Green. Session going up 8:05 on a 15-minute practice where we'll then go ahead and showcase your full field of 47. And then with single car qualifying, we'll bump out 6 and we'll hold on to the field of 40 for 400 miles with a cash prize at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Countdown to Green. A lot of things to go and talk about tonight. Daytona's second event this year at the World Center of Racing. First one was held all the way back in March, and that was the 2005 cosplay NWP 400. As we get ready to go to do this one right here. Sorry, cosplay Daytona 500. This is the NWP 400, the second event. 400 miles, 160 laps, one faster pair. Pit window, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? That's going to go in and be 35 to 50 laps as we get ready to get rolling right here, right now. NR Night in America, feeling victories all year long. Let's talk about everything. Drivers to watch. If you look at the stats in NR Night in America, if you look at the stats of how things have gone down, no one has ever won a super speedway event without not winning an event previously. Could we see a first-time winner in NR Night in America? That's what we're looking at here tonight. Or how about a first-time e-ticket event winner? The first driver that comes to mind when I think of that, Frank DeAngelis, has never won an e-ticket event. And now he's looking to go ahead and do it right here, right now, tonight. Frank DeAngelis driving a Ford Mustang, the number 17 for RFK. But let's look at drivers that consistently run up front, that consistently win at super speedways, that's also never won an e-ticket event. Ladies and gentlemen, another one comes to mind. That's Joseph Armstrong driving the FedEx Camry, number 11. He's got a great shot to go and do it here tonight. A lot of drivers trust him on super speedways, and trust goes a long way. And if you look at drivers that have won an e-ticket event before, how about a driver that has won his first e-ticket event at Daytona, at the World Center of Racing? How about the World 600? That's Terrell Baker rolling off here tonight in that 24 Valvoline Chevrolet TCB, looking to go ahead and complete the Triple Crown and earn his third e-ticket event win. But he's not the only one. You look at the stats from NR Night in America. Statistically speaking, Chad Thornquist is the greatest super speedway driver in NR Night in America. He won his first event at Talladega. That was the 2022 Geico 500. He won his second event. That was the Brickyard 400. Back to back to go ahead and get it done. Does he go ahead and earn his third here tonight at Daytona? Very much possible. Keep an eye on Chad Thornquist driving the Ally Chevrolet in that number 48 machine. Let's talk back-to-back some more. The last 4 e-ticket events have come from drivers winning back-to-back. Thornquist, Talladega. Thornquist, the Brickyard. How about Daniel Buttafuoco, the Chicagoland 500? Daniel Buttafuoco, the All-American 600. Do we see Daniel Buttafuoco win the NWP 400 and go 3 for 3, sweeping the summer? Very much possible here tonight. Daniel Buttafuoco driving the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet number 5. Looking to go ahead and get it done here at the World Center of Racing. And let's look at drivers that love to win but just cannot capitalize on an e-ticket event. We look at the Champagne brothers. Justin Champagne's won multiple NR Night in America races, won multiple championships throughout the months. Now trying to go ahead and get it done. He actually won the month of June championship. Trying to get it done here tonight. JC's going to be a big one to watch out for. The bottles may pop under the Florida night as we get ready to get rolling. Justin and Kevin rolling off, looking to go ahead and earn an e-ticket event win. Ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to work our way into that beautiful session, let's talk about 2 underdogs. Abraham Vila Last win before that winless streak finally ended was all the way back in October. It was on a super speedway, and he finally capitalized at Bristol, but ever since then, it's been non-stop winning. Abraham Vila driving number 3 here tonight, looking to get it done at Daytona. And how about the driver that won the first ever NR Night in America race of 2022? Yes, we're talking about Timothy J. Moore. The big 2 underdogs heading in tonight that have a big chance of winning, no doubt about it. Moore and Vila look to go ahead and upset the show. Vila driving the number 3, Moore driving the number 31. Enough of me talking as we get ready to enter the practice session, where you will then see the complete driver lineup here tonight. Once again, 47 drivers enter. From bump day, we take 6 away, where we'll set our field of 40 to go ahead and get it done tonight. NR Night in America, fueling victories all year long. Once again, my name's Jonathan Ramos, the voice of NR, and it is officially the second running of the NWP 400. It's a midsummer classic as we get ready to go at it right here, right now. Who do you think's gonna win after 400 miles of non-stop racing? Let's go ahead and continue to talk about a lot of things here tonight. We just talked about bump day, sunset in the night. We will not start completely in the night. The last NWP 400 was at Talladega. It was a day race all the way through. You start with the bright lights on, but that sun setting off the floor tonight into complete darkness. That track will change from the first early portion of this race into lap number 50. Once again, 160 lap race as we get right ahead in tonight. Teams working together. Obviously, you know about the teams here tonight. Team TCB, PTSRI, all trying to get it done. When you look at that last super speedway event, teams working together were absolutely huge, and I really expect to see teams working together early, because you have to be one thing to win an e-ticket on a super speedway. That's patient. You get way too aggressive early on, you're only increasing the risk factor to not make it to the end, to not make it back to the line to win a race, or should I say this race, as we get ready to get rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, the patient ones will most likely come out on top, but you cannot look away from the big one. Every single e-ticket event that we've been a part of, multiple big ones with throughout the entire session. Do we see another one here tonight as we get ready to roll? 40 of the best NR Night in America drivers get ready to go at it. And also, you gotta look even farther back. When do you make your move? When is it go time? We know drivers are going to be dropping back to go ahead and save time. We know drivers are going to be dropping back to stay away from what's going on up front. And the main reason why they're going ahead and doing that is to avoid possible risk up front. When is it go time? We've seen go time with 30 to go, 20 to go, 15 to go of drivers that have single file back in pack number 2, pack number 3, work their way forward. And where do you want to be on the last lap? Is it the driver in second, the driver in first? We've seen that run down off 4, that slingshot work out before. But what if you make that slingshot wrong? Michael Gregory won an e-ticket event. The 2005 Daytona 500 almost went back-to-back at Talladega. Well, guess what? He made the slingshot at the wrong time. Had the advantage, got side drafted by Thornquist. Thornquist outran him by an inch to win at Talladega. Do we see the move made for that slingshot for the win? Do we see that drag race back to the line? And is it going to be performed correctly? Time to dig in. NR Night in America, fueling victories all year long. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NWP 400. Loading in right here, right now. We're going to go trackside here in just a moment. Beautiful overlays coming on. Once again, thank you to everyone that's tuned in. We're going to say hello to our awesome viewers here in the chat. Tim Woodfield dropping down the $2 super chat. How about David Bell dropping down the 10 and the 5? I want to say thank you to them very much. Jennifer, Charles, Thornquist, and more. It's a beautiful night for racing in the simulation world as we get ready to fill out an entire virtual crowd to hear non-stop action. Not a single stage. The only time we would stop this race at any moment is if there is any incidents on track that may plague the racing up front. As we get ready to go at it, that fuel window, guys, 35 to 50 laps. We've seen drivers go ahead and stretch that out. And when do you pit? You got to pit with buddies, no doubt about it. We may see green flag pit stops here tonight. If you look statistically, we're not getting a lot of incidents early on like we used to in super speedway e-ticket events. Does that minimize? Do we go right to a green flag stop right away? Who do you pit with? Who do you work with? Who can you trust to not go ahead and give themselves a penalty? And oh, by the way, you got to make the event first. No handouts whatsoever here tonight. The fastest of the 47 will go ahead and race under the lights in our night in America, fueling victories all year long. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to dig in. It's time to see who wants it more as we get ready to go racing. Let's go at it right here, right now, loading in the session. Thank you to all 360 watching live. Thank you to everyone that has tuned into this event as of this moment. No open like there was last year. You qualify, you do the pay slaps, you go out, and we talked about payout. Let's talk about payout here again. You, the viewer, will know the payout of tonight's race once we get the 2 to green to start this one. The iceberg from the NWP will be making its way into the chat as we'll go ahead and announce the payout for tonight's race. It will be at the 2 to green. Once again, thank you to everyone that is tuning in as we are loading in, taking a little bit longer than expected. It's officially 7:11 Central, 8:11 East Coast, and our night in America. Once again, being broadcasted from our studios in Nashville, Tennessee, heading to the World Center of Racing. Let's go at it. Can Michael Gregory go ahead and sweep Daytona? This is the last Daytona event of 2022. The World 600 being moved to Charlotte. And we have a lot of events heading on forward. But right now, it's all about this. It's all about here. It's all about now the All-American 600. The first ever eTicket event on a short track. Well, that went well. Daniel Buttafuoco looking to become the first person to complete the Triple Crown. Daniel Buttafuoco looking to be the first driver to go 3 in a row, sweep the summer, and own the show, no doubt about it. Gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you to all 400 tuning in live as we get ready to get started right here, right now. All the drivers have loaded in, and from there, you'll be able to hear non-stop action as we get ready to roll. And then it comes down to the driver intros, where we'll go ahead and talk about every single driver racing here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you hear that? It's cars on track. It's time to say goodbye to this space and hello to the on-track product. 8 minutes left to practice, ladies and gentlemen. 8 minutes left to practice, which means it's time to go ahead and have all those cars load in. Let's head to driver intros. Evan Marisaka looking at the bottom once again. Ryan Vargas going for the lead on the bottom side. Down on turn number 4, he's got to prepare for that side by side once again. As he gets to the corner panel, he does. Drag race to the line. Walker is going to win at the Coliseum. We're all over corner. Oh, there goes the 2. Up into the air violently. Caution's going to wave. Oh, man, Evan. Abraham Vila is going to win for the first time since October, victorious from Bristol. It's going to be a drag race. Back to the start-finish line. No doubt about it. Wreck in the back. James Thurston wins it at Charlotte Motor Speedway through 3 and 4 for the final time. No one's going to be able to touch him. Daniel Buttafuoco wins the All-American 600. It's going to put a check mark next to the W column, and he's going to be winning in the month of August. Kevin Champagne victorious from Charlotte, USA. It's going to be a photo finish at the line. Greenwood victorious from Talladega. Through turns 6 and 7 the final time, Wyatt intentionally uses the bumper. It's gonna go wide right here. Final corner. It's not gonna work out. Ethan Stanley's gonna find himself back in victory lane. Victorious from Watkins Glen. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Workman hits the wall. It's gonna be a Cinderella story, and he's gonna go to Miami to compete for a championship. Monsteller, cha-ching from Darlington. DeAngelis back to 5th. Weston to 2nd. West to the lead. It's gonna do it. It's gonna be a controversial win, but it's gonna be a W. Joseph Armstrong, victorious from the Coliseum. PBR has been strong at Talladega. Well, guess what? They're strong
strength is gonna stay because Sean Rowe is gonna bring Toyota to victory lane. Victorious from Talladega. Earnhardt at the top of the charts. Where did that come from? A 24.93 for the 81. Wow. Whoa. Gavin Austin, quickest on the racetrack. And we might have just entered a parallel universe. 31.04. Wow. Right there with Middleton. He's trying to split up Jackson Carr. There with Rawlings. Let me rephrase that. There with Middleton, and Middleton's going to take the lead. On turn 4 the final time. Parker White with the block. DeAngelis, he turned up! He turned up! And DeAngelis is going to win at Las Vegas. It's going to be TRD back up front, this time not with the 20. Contreras, wheel to wheel. Brady back to the gas. Demos is going to put him out of the way. Who's going to get here first? Brady's going to win at the Coliseum.
And into 3 and 4 for the final time. Comers and goers, that's what it was about. It was a strategy race. And overcutting will go ahead and bring the 99 to victory lane. Wyatt Tinsley, victorious from Kentucky.
To the inside goes Daytona. Blocked from below the W line. Side by side at the line. Daytona closes it. Maybe it was the 21 of Elvis. It might have been Elvis. You'll have to find out. Elvis by 1/1000th of a second. Yes, sir. Ford in victory lane at Daytona. Chase Schaffer down on turn number 4. 14's the difference. It's going to be all over. Ford's going to go back to victory lane at Daytona. Chase Schaffer victorious for the World Center of Racing. He rolls into South Florida, and he's going to own the show lane. Justin Champagne gets it done at Homestead, Miami Speedway. Cinderella story. Terrell Baker is going to win the World 600. That's 4 through 5 before heading back to 6. Marlowe 1-2-9 back. To the outside goes Workman. Side by side back to the line once again. Cody Workman stuck in the middle. More. Here he comes to the outside. Baker tries to block side by side. Timothy J. Moore steals the win at Talladega. Burrows off turn number 4. Thurston slides. Burrows is going to come home victorious. Winner from Homestead, Miami. Off forward the final time. Rodriguez looks to the outside. Trumpet goes with the block. Crossover at the line. Rodriguez, yes it is. Victorious from Daytona.
3 wide, way in the back. Do they hold on? For the most part, they do. Cabrera gets back through 1 easy. Back to second now goes Barry. And to the front stretch chicane. Demos breaks late. Anderson's there. Demos goes wide. And Anderson is going to do it. He's going to win at Daytona. Victorious for the World Center of Racing. 3 wide. Off turn number 4 drag race. Rita, contact. It's all over. Blue Jimmy wins it at Homestead. Are you kidding me? What a finish. Oh my God. They're 3 and 4 for the final time. Cooties to the inside, Stone to the outside. It's going to be a drag race. Back to the start-finish line. At the line, Andrew Cooties, first career win at Daytona. He's going to do it again. Maybe. Frank DeAngelis on the bottom. Molina on the outside. DeAngelis gets turned. I think Smith just won this race. He did. John A. Smith is a winner in NR9 in America. There he goes. They're side by side for the final time contact. They wreck. Gregory is going to win the Daytona 500. Are you kidding me? And Skipper finds his way number 1. Man, how did they hold on to that? Michael Gregory to the outside. It's going to be a drag race. At the line, Michael Gregory. No! Dirtquist victorious from Talladega. 2 up by 2, shuffling them out. And now Joey Stone's going to block every single lane. Wow, and Molina was right there. PBR 1-2. Now it's Champagne versus Murphy. Hook there in the bottom. Lorenzo on the inside. Steinmeier still there. He's got to go all in right here. Lorenzo running wide, contact there with Steinmeier.
It's going to be a drag race back to the start-finish line. Chevy versus Ford. I believe it was Walker at the line. It may have been Schmidt. Schmidt victorious. Jackson Carr get his first ever win in NR Night in America. Red Bull on the front row, trying to go ahead and stay there, top of the. For the final time, Tinsley Blindside. Timos has got to make a run to the short shoot for the final time. All bets are off. Tyler Tinsley victorious from Daytona. Face up goes to 75. Brown holding on to third. Thornquist down to the inside. Wheel to wheel once again. Travis Brown not given the room, but might have nearly gotten the bumper. Through the tri-oval for the final time. Darian is gonna win at Talladega. Contact, they all wrecked. He's gonna do it. Cody Rawlings victorious from Talladega. Let's go racing, boys. Keep that pedal down on the floor. Push it to the ground, can't take no more.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to qualifying for the NWP 400. Drivers setting the track, 47, and you saw all of them just then and there. Jackson Carr down the backstretch. They're going to go in and get his time in. As we get ready to set our field, it will come down to a game of tense right here, right now. Jaw down off corner exit. That's Joe West in the Ford Mustang number 10. Back to the line, bring the stopwatch in hand. Cha-ching. On the bottom of your screen, you will see those drivers come back around. Matt Skipper in the green. Thornquist, no time just yet. Travis Brown in the Ford, 79 down low. It's going to be rough to see who goes home, no doubt about it. Dial them up right here, right now. Frank DeAngelis out onto the racing surface. James Thurston in the Mobile One Ford. Down on the bottom. The first drivers will cross the line to go ahead and get their times in. Max Brady in the 19. Looking to win his first ever eTicket event. How about Ryan Vargas in the 06? At the line, Thurston comes across the line. Time still to be decided. Ryan Vargas goes P4. Jackson Carr, top of the charts, 49.648. He's come down within the fours, no doubt about it. It's going to be very tough to go ahead and make this field. A lot of strong super speedway drivers. You qualify in, and that's how it goes down. Thurston down the back. Justin Champagne there in the 23. Looking to work his way down off corner exit. It's going to be the brother duo looking to go ahead and try to fight it out with a dogfight. On top, Andrew Cooties, 49.643, and take him back. As we continue to roll NR Night in America, feeling victories all year long. Daniel Buttafuoco looking to go ahead and put his name there on the board. Tyler Tinsley crossing the line. Little hiccup there in the overlays as we get ready to go ahead and make those adjustments. We will get ready to set your field. NR Night in America, fueling victories all year long as we get ready to go at it. Back to the line, that's the 55. Time to go in and settle the score. Who is in, who is not Let's find out. Left side of your screen, Abraham Vila in, Timothy J. Moore in, Middleton, Cooties, rounding out your fast four all the way down the bottom. Darian Gilliam, welcome to the show. Cody Rawlings in, Buttafuoco in, but barely. Rodriguez back to 39th. Murphy there in 40th. Tanhart out. Stone out. Marlowe out as well. Wyatt Tinsley in on the 20. And it looks like Joey Stone will have one more shot right here to get back to the line. Stone down off corner exit. The clock is ticking. Sitting at 43rd, but there in the purple. Rodriguez out of the show for now. Burrows in your top 8. Make it your Elite 8. Gavin Austin, Tyler Tinsley. How about Burrows, Carr, Cooties, Middleton, Moore, and Vila? Is Stone gonna make the show? Back to the line. Sits 43rd, goes under the yellow line. It's a purple, it'll bring him 23rd. Joey Stone will make his way into the show at the last second. And now at the top of your screen, you'll see who will be in, who will be out. Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime right here, right now, and our night in America. Feeling victories all year long. The pace truck sitting on pit road for the second running of the NWP 400 live on IDK Player. As we get ready to go ahead and settle the score, it's time to see who your field of 40 is. On the top of your screen, you'll see who made it. You'll see who didn't. Vila, Moore, Middleton, Cooties. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your fast four. Jackson Carr comes home 5th. Burrows back to 6th. Tinsley, Gavin Austin, your top 8 stays the same. Thurston and Wyatt Tinsley crack in that top 10. Frank DeAngelis and Thornquist top 12. Schaffer followed by Baker making the top 14. Baker going for his 3rd e-ticket event win. Walker, Steinmeier, Sweet 16. Greenwood, Brady, Gregory, and Justin Champagne. Running out the tower that will be showcased on the left side of your screen. Mosteller, Workman, Stone, and also make it Kevin Champagne. Coming home in that 24th spot. Vargas makes the show in 25th. Tanhart makes the show in 26th. Gilliam, West, they're both in. Rowe, Cabrera find their way through as well. Contreras, Brown, top 32. Rawlings there with Alvis, making up to 34, and now we wait. Who didn't make it and who just barely got in? Pinetto, 37th. Skipper, 38th. Marlowe and Smith made it in. Daniel Buttafuoco is out of the NWP 400. Rodriguez, Murphy, Armstrong as well. They were not able to make the show on speed. Buttafuoco will not be able to go 3 in a row, and that's the first breaking news of tonight's event. A driver that's gone back-to-back for e-ticket events will not be able to sweep the summer months. Vila and Moore, your top 2. We talked about those 2 drivers in pre-race, and now it's time to get it done. Rolling off from the World Center of Racing. That's massive. They will come down this time by, ladies and gentlemen, and check pit road speed. And we will get ready to announce the payout. Will Abraham Vila be able to hold off the hard chargers from behind? Do we see drivers drop to the back early? Already seen that from Timothy J. Moore requesting an EOL. We have movement here from Daytona, ladies and gentlemen. It is showtime. It's time to get it done right here, right now, at our night in America. Feeling victories all year long. As they come down pit road this time by, they will be able to check pit road speed, and everyone will be able to hear the payout for tonight's great event. It's the second running of the NWP 400. We are back at the World Center of Racing, and it's time to let the sparks fly under an August night in front of a sold-out virtual crowd. Now sits Vila Middleton, Cooties and Carr, that will be row number 1 as they start spreading their way towards the rear end. They'll work their way in, and we're going to talk to the Iceberg, one of the hosts of the NWP 400, just in a moment. Chevrolet lockout row 1, Chevrolet lockout row 2. It's going to be a Chevrolet dogfight all the way back to the line to start this one off. They come down in this time by, and we're going to go ahead and rack them. We're going to stack them. We'll get ready to go racing. Are you excited? Are you ready for tonight's main event? It's a beautiful Tuesday night, prime time hours, as we get ready to start it under the Daytona lights. Time to dig in right here, right now. They come down off the exit of the tri-oval, and they'll line up 2 by 2 next time by. Middleton looking for a big opportunity to win his first ever e-ticket event. No doubt about it. We will not see 3 in a row by Daniel Buttafuoco. Let's go ahead and talk to the Iceberg. The Iceberg, it's IDK, you got a copy.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Already big news as we get ready to get the one to go. Daniel Buttafuoco out off of speed, and that's already a big one into the wind. Are you ready for tonight is the real question.
Oh, yeah. I've been ready for weeks. We've been talking about this on the show for weeks, and the chat every week has been getting more and more amped for it. So I think we're all just chomping at the bit to get this thing started.
The real question is the payout. How much do you earn for finishing first? How much do you earn for finishing second?
You get $400 if you win this race.
Wow.
Finish second, you get nothing.
It's 400 or nothing. The NWP 400. 400 for Miles, 400 for the cash prize. Thank you so much for checking. You want to say anything to anyone back at home? Because we're getting ready to get the one to go.
I just say pull those belts tight one more time and let's have some fun.
Gonna be a lot of fun right here, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, they get to the line this time by. It's time to sound the siren as we get ready to roll. Welcome to the World Center of Racing, ladies and gentlemen. It's the one to go. Pits are in to go ahead and earn Thunder Coins, but the siren will ring loud here in Central Florida, Daytona Beach. It's a beautiful night for racing. It's a beautiful time to go wheel to wheel. Will the 3 wide happen early, or will it be strategy up front? Will Bowtie get it done, or will Toyota get their first ever e-ticket event win? They got Wyatt Tinsley there in 6th to get it done. But what about the Fords? Last time we went super speedway racing, Ford went top of the charts in a photo finish. So many questions to be answered tonight. So many questions that will continue to be asked throughout the night, but we got 160 laps to answer them all. A first-time winner, a triple crown. How about a driver to get his second e-ticket event win? Time to get it done right here, right now. It's a sold-out virtual Daytona crowd as we get ready to go racing down the backstretch for the final time until we get the send-off 2 by 2. It's time to kick them up a notch right here. Kick the tires, light the fires, no doubt about it. And you can already hear the fans up in the stands here at Daytona. Vila 3, Cooties 43. 2 of the most iconic numbers to ever race in stock car racing. Well, guess what? They're up front. That's road number 1. Middleton, Burrows, road number 2. Jackson Carr, Tyler Tinsley. That's road number 3. Coming down off 4 to go to get this one started. Pace Truck's gonna make the hard left onto pit road, and it's time to dig in to the NR Thunder restart zone. 1 year ago, we raced at Talladega. Now there's a new home for the NWP 400. Welcome to the World Center of Racing, and light the views, because we're green from Daytona. 2 by 2, they're heading down to 1. Cooties on the outside, no help there from Burrows. Inside, Middleton has a little shove there to the back end of the 3. So far, fundamental as they get up to gear. Outside lane should get the run down the hill, but Burrows washes wide, same with the 43. It's Vila down on the inside with the advantage early on. Tinsley still back there 2 by 2. Some drivers dropping way to the back to avoid an issue early on. It's still 2 by 2 for the most part. They're going to be full saw entering 3. First time here tonight. Middleton, push, shove, looks top side, not going to work out. Carr looked top as well, not gonna work. To the outside goes Tyler Tinsley, brings forward possibly to lane 2, but it's the 3 leading down off 4, side by side. Middleton slingshot engage. Chevrolet brings bow tie number 1, 2 up, 2 down. Just joining us, welcome Rush Hour here from Daytona. Jackson Carr back to the rear end, trying to give a shove there to the 16 to the inside. Tyler Tinsley, no help so far. Way back goes Vila. Brand new aero package iRacing has brought to Daytona since that last update. Speeds are higher and the runs, no doubt about it, are faster. 2x2, they're starting to flare up. Some drivers going top, some drivers going bottom. Dropping back, that goes the 11. That looks to be Joseph Armstrong, way out of the way. Middleton to the outside. Jackson Carr holds on. It's the outside lane with an advantage early in. Thornquist lined up there with Baker. Tyler Tinsley has help there from Vila. Now it's the swing to the inside by Burrows. Help there from Tinsley. The 2x2 continues. Middleton leads it back to the line. 2 turns to 3. It's Jackson Carr right behind him. 2x2. That stays the same. Back to turn number 1. To the gearbox. You see these runs come out of nowhere. It's all about that forward momentum. 1 second it's the outside lane. 1 second it's the inside lane. Now the swing for Burrows. Down to the inside. Wheel to wheel for the lead. Baker looking 3 wide early on. Cooties goes to defend. It's a tied ride, keeping it back 2x2. Tandem drafting early on. It's going to be the 77 there with Middleton to the outside to through 3 and 4. The 62 is Steinmeier playing it safe. Ryan Vargas cracks the top 12 for the first time tonight. They're down off 4. Burrows, Middleton dogfight back to the line. Middleton's led them all so far. Tinsley trying to shove the 33 forward. It's going to be a bow tie front row, but Toyota's here to play down the inside. Middleton leads another. It's Thornquist down low. Help there from Tinsley. You're already able to see how much shuffling we've seen up front. Steinmeier back to 9th. Brown finds 18th. Left side of your screen. Tanhart cracks the top 20. Alvis, a big driver to go ahead and possibly get it done here tonight. A lot of shuffling towards the rear end. Champagne holds onto the outside lane. Now looks to the middle. No help just yet. That's 3 wide there with Cody Rawlings. Greenwood still stuck down low. 3x3. That looked to be 2 rows deep. Chopping back. Still 2x2. Middleton, lane manipulation at his best on the outside there through 3 and 4. Jackson Carr not leaving there. We talked in pre-race. Where are you going to find your buddy? Well, guess what? Middleton Carr, allies, no doubt about it. Up front, holding on to it. 2x2, 5 up, 5 down out of 160. Looking top, looking bottom, went Wyatt Tinsley. 3 wide through the middle. Justin Champagne, the first one to swing with it. It's Alvis through the middle as well. Greenwood back down low, does not look 3 wide just yet. To the inside, Tyler Tinsley dropping back. See, it wants nothing to do with what's going on up front. Middleton on the outside, Jackson Carr holding on. Baker cracks the fast 4 for the first time tonight. And you talk about drivers that have won before in a super speedway. You talk about drivers that have won an e-ticket event. TCB, his first win in an e-ticket, the World 600. It was at the World Center of Racing. His second came from Charlotte. Both races were long, both races were grueling, but no doubt about it, it's going to be tough to go out and beat this field. Very strong super speedway pack up front. Vargas up to 5th on the move, was back in 12th just 2 laps ago. Now to the outside as the sun sets on this Daytona night. The lights are turning bright. Jackson Carr on the outside line over Cooties. Nobody rolls out of the pocket. Down off 2. Baker leads that inside charge. It's going to be Burrows all over the rear end there, that bow tie. 2x2. We saw 3 wide. Well, guess what? Didn't work out for Justin. Drops all the way up to 8th on the outside. Probably worked out early, but not enough to go ahead and take the lead. 2x2 seems to be the way to go. Down on 4. Jackson Carr likes sitting catbird, but we're 6 laps in. We haven't seen an issue up front. What's the play call when it comes down to strategy? What's the play call when it comes down to pitting with others? Statistically speaking, when you go to Daytona, when you go to Talladega and you have green flag pit stops, it gets strung out completely, and you need a pit with a dense group and also a group of drivers that you know won't speed on entry, won't speed on exit, won't miss that pit box. It's a game of tense coming on and off, and we've seen multiple times before. One penalty from one driver goes ahead and affects 3, 4, and 5. 3 wide, Travis Brown. Brown through the middle. Tanhart looks to go with him. Still holding on to that 3 wide move. Greenwood getting some room. Daylight down low. Not going to work out. Forward momentum carries back to the inside. Already 7 laps in. We've seen this forward momentum sway top to bottom. But look who's here to play. Baker on the inside. Wheel to wheel. No side drafting just yet. Now 3 wide still from Brown in the middle. Stanley stuck on the outside. Tanhart's going to go top. 2 by 2 down off turns number 1 and 2. Middleton is having the run of his life so far. 8 laps in. He's never led this many to start out a race, and he knows he has help from behind. Andrew Coody's holding on. Baker up the side draft, the 43. Now trying to go to make his way forward. Leaves Daylight down on the bottom there for Thornquist. 2 by 2 once again. No forward momentum there by the 48. One thing we've expected early on was to possibly see a pack of drivers drop back. Well, guess what? This main pack looks to be 30 cars deep. No one came here to ride in the back, but they did come to race smart. You see it right now, the 2 by 2 with Vargas on the outside. Wyatt Tinsley on the bottom. Wyatt Tinsley nearly winning the Chicagoland 500. That one swayed away from him very, very fast. Looks to not have that happen here tonight. On the outside lane, it still seems to be the most dominant lane early on. But what happens as time goes on and that sun completely sets and this track really starts to cool out? Well, guess what? We're going to see the runs go ahead and be bigger and bigger and bigger. Right now, they're dragging that brake. Oh, Burrows right to the rear end of Baker. Nearly caught him sideways, and that's going to kill any forward momentum on that inside lane. Maybe a time to strike there from the 43 on the top side. Don't think it's going to happen. Steinmeier, 43. That's going to be Coody's. Staying together, all on the same strategy call. Let's work together early on. Let's get to the end of this one where we all have a shot. Middleton, 9 laps, turns to 10. He led them all. You look on the right side of your screen here in just a moment. Let's take a look at the battle box. Who's been on the move? Up 2, Middleton. Up 3, Jackson Carr. Up 1, that goes Andrew Coody. Steinmeier already up 12 spots. Baker up 9, Ryan Vargas. Well, he didn't come in here to go ahead and lay in the back. Up 19 positions to start this race. Just 10 laps in, and it's been the shuffle from top to bottom, from front to back, all the way through this field. Justin Champagne still lined in there with the 06. Baker still having help there from Burrows. There's a lot of trust out of those machines down that inside. They're starting to make their way forward. Down off corner exit. Fundamental Racing. Back to the line, 150 laps to go. The tandem draft on the outside lane, and that works out well. We talked about this before, the tandem draft. You will gain an advantage, you will go faster, but you have to worry about blowing your engine. Jackson Carr has blown his engine before when it comes down to super speedway racing. Want to go ahead and make sure you have clean air there on that grill, or it's going to turn into an outright compressor. Kaboom may go to 77. He doesn't go ahead and get some clean air there on the grill. Down the backstretch, 3 wide. Tanhart shuffling about, looking for 2 distinct groups. 11 laps in. If just joining us, welcome Rush Hour from the World Center of Racing. Gilliam on the move. Looks top side. Wheel to wheel there at the 26. Trying to bring that NWP Chevrolet to his first win of 2022. Last time Gilliam went to victory lane, guess what that was? That was June of 2021. NR Night in America was in its infancy. Back to the line. Middleton, 12 laps in. Nothing but control that outside, and it comes down to allies. Carr, Coody, Steinmeier, all on that same game plan. It's Baker on the inside. Still help there from the 33 of Burrows. Burrows not giving in just yet down low. Justin holding on 2 by 2. 12 laps in. We talked about that pit window. 35 to 50 laps, and already we can go ahead and predict Middleton, Carr, they're going to come in together. Coody, Steinmeier, if we get that green flag run early on, they're going to come in together. Last time we went to Daytona, it was Legacy Daytona. We didn't get a caution until after the first green flag pit stop. After that, the whole complexity of the race changed. How do you want to pit together? And if we do get a restart, you want to stay outside that red zone. We talked about it, 6 on back. Usually 6 on back is where things happen to go ahead and go wrong. But early on, the drivers have set the tone. We're going to go ahead and play it safe. We're going to play it smart. We want to be at the end of this race. And oh, by the way, we want to go to get those $400. Middleton, top side. Jackson Carr sticks with them. Andrew Coody speaks to the bottom, trying to get clean air there on the grill. He's going to get a little bit of it. Ryan Vargas looking 3 wide there with Justin Champagne. Both looking for a peak. Not going to work out. It's Burrows back to the rear end. 1 out of line down to the inside. That's the 19 machine. And that looks to go ahead and be Kenny Brady. Lined up. Raul Alves to the outside. Holds on to that outside lane. The 2 by 2 continues, but it's early. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do something that we all love to do. Let's go ahead and turn it up. Back here from the World Center of Racing and our night in America, fueling victories all year long. You're watching the NWP 400 live on the YouTube channel IDK Player. Well, guess what? 3 wide. It's working out. Rawlings through the middle. Trading paint there at the 3 up the track. Went Vila, your pole sitter. Still 3x3. They hold on to it. Wyatt Tinsley's going to go ahead and join in. Trying to hold on. Vargas swoops up top side. Now back to the bottom. Look to the middle at one point. Baker rides in line, but that bottom lane has just not been able to go anywhere. Wyatt Tinsley drops in down low. Travis Brown's going to follow in suit. 3 wide, but spreading out. That goes Rawlings, dropping all the way back to 19th, possibly 20th. Mosteller, the fan favorite to go ahead and win tonight, has cracked the top 20, but he still has a long way to go. Baker to the outside, lined up there. He can see the top 3 are working together. Justin Champagne down low. Help there from Wyatt Tinsley. It's push come to shove there for the TRD. Toyota on Toyota Alliance down low, trying to work their way and break up the top 3, and that's what Baker's going to try to do right here. He knows he can get aggressive without getting in an area to go ahead and put his car at risk. I think he's going to try to force 3 wide here on that 43 to split something out. Champagne below. Now back to the racing surface. Went below the yellow line after a shove there from Wyatt Tinsley. It's the Middleton show up front. It's Jackson Carr still holding on. Drivers trying to make a move. Alvis up to 5th. At one point was back to 20th. He holds on up inside the Elite 8. Justin Champagne dropping back down low. Baker lined in with Cooties. Jackson Carr peeking top, peeking bottom. It's Chevrolet Bowtie. Fast 4. Ford puts himself into 5th. When do you see the roll out of the pocket? Thornquist dropping back. Sees the aggression. Now drops way back outside the top 20. Chevy on Chevy to the outside of 3 and 4. Alvis out of the pocket. Baker's going to join. Not the type of driver to like to run in line. He's going to go wheel to wheel there for 3rd. Down off corner exit. Jackson Carr still all over Middleton. 2 by 2 back to the line. It's 18 out of 180. And Vargas drops back to 15th. At one point, he was in that Elite 8. Baker gets a hit there by Champagne. Andrew Cooties on the outside, lined up and loaded. Alvis not giving in just yet. He'll hold on to that outside lane as well. You look at the 3 there. That's Abraham Vila back there in 8th. And so far, you can see right now, he's trying to line up there with those Chevrolets. Look at the alliances right now. And look how many laps are there to go. 3 wide, Kevin Champagne. Forces a forward in the middle. That goes Travis Brown. Right to the middle he goes. The 14 drops back. That goes Tanhart. And you can just see this big movement from about 8th on back. You look up front right now. That top 3, that top 4. It's for the trouble. There goes Mosteller into the outside wall. Collects Gilliam. Back across the track and into the grass. The caution will wave for the first time tonight on lap 19 out of 160. And that might warrant a fast repair there for the bow ties. Gilliam, a little bit of nose damage. Mosteller kicked back across the track. And you have to wonder, if you want to use a fast repair, do you want to use it this early or do you want to ride around? That's 19 laps in. Rawlings went to the grass. Big avoidance for him. Yeah, that 91 sparking though, no doubt about it. May warrant the fast repair. We look all the way back as well. Some drivers coming into view. Tyler Tinsley seemed to find his way through unscathed. Let's go ahead and look back to it. Mosteller all the way to the bottom. Tanhart may have been tagged, and that's exactly what we're going to take a wild guess on. You see the 14 right in that middle. Greenwood got sideways down off corner exit. Mosteller went to the bottom to go ahead and avoid. Greenwood went all the way down low, and what happened was Tanhart came up, tapped Vargas, came right in front of Cody Rawlings, and got that 9 sideways right through the short chute. There's nowhere for Darian Gilliam to go. Right into the door there of the 9. And on lap 19 out of 160, the caution will wave for the first time. And this is going to change everything up. Those drivers that were top 3, well, guess what? They're going to be split up now. They're going to have to go wheel to wheel down to 1 on a restart. And if you're Baker and you know these guys are working together, how do you want to be aggressive here? How does this caution change things up? If I'm the 24, I get aggressive right away. You break these guys up front from keeping it single file, because what it did is just formed a big air bubble from drivers down low, not able to make a move. Gilliam, a lot of damage on the nose, possibly a radiator issue as well. Mosteller, a little bit of damage on the right side of that machine. He's going to work his way down pit road most likely. 20 laps in out of 160. Pit road's open. They're coming in. Middleton, Carr, Cooties, Baker, that's your fast four. For the first 21 laps of this race, it's been Chevrolet dominance. Ford has took a swing down low, same with Toyota, not able to get it done. Cooties into his stall, a little bit slow on entry, more drivers coming on in. That's Abraham Velo down in it as well. Ethan Stanley coming off pit road. He did miss his stall. It's going to be right sides up. They're on the 8. Coming down in, Timothy J. Moore, one of the drivers that started on the front row originally. Off and away, Andrew Cooties brings Jackson Carr and Middleton back to third, and it's a switch up. Tyler Tinsley, Wyatt Tinsley coming off. Wyatt Tinsley there in the 20. Justin Champagne there with Alvis as we all get ready for the restart. If this is your first time watching NR Night in America, we say hello, we say welcome. If this is your first time watching an eTicket event live on this YouTube channel, we hope you've all enjoyed this broadcast up to this very moment. And hopefully we do see you in future events and future live streams. Frank D'Angelo scored your race leader as of now. But once again, he's one of those drivers that are running in the back to avoid a possible issue. Let's go ahead and talk here with TCB, one of the drivers that are running up front and starting to get a little aggressive. It's a big opportunity to go to victory lane tonight. Let's see what Baker's got to say. Baker, so John, you got a copy?
Yo, what up, John?
Big opportunity, 21 laps in. First yellow comes out. It looks to be a racing incident all the way in the back. Walk me through your race so far.
We're trying to get this low line working. It's kind of tough. It's like if you side draft somebody at the wrong time, you'll get freight trained, you and the whole line. So I'm honestly learning. I didn't do a lot of speed weeks, but fun fact, last time I didn't do a lot of speed weeks for an event I wanted. So yeah, that's what we're working with right now. Just want the low line to work and try to break up the team.
We talked about that low line, but we're starting to see a little bit of a change up front. You're starting to see guys starting to work together early. That's Cooties, that's Carr, that's Middleton. Well, guess what? One of their drivers have now officially dropped back. You're going to be lined up down low. How aggressive do you have to be on this restart as we get the one to go?
Super aggressive. I guess you're going to have to just try to, it's going to be a fight for the top for a little bit until people decide to get comfortable to go down low. As soon as somebody gets comfortable and goes down low, you'll see me drop down. I don't like riding in line. I don't have patience. I want to be in the front all the time. So, yeah, it's just going to be fighting for the top and then I guess try to fight for the bottom.
You're going for your third. We talked about this new aero package here with the next gens. The runs are massive. You got to drag that brake. Do we see TCB win his third e-ticket event here tonight?
That would be historic. Let's do it. Yes, it's happening.
Let's go ahead and do it right here, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Terrell Baker lining up 5th for this restart. Yeah. Dropping back right here, right now. Well, let's go ahead and kick it up a notch. Caution out for the first time if you're just joining us as we get ready for the restart. The 2x2 is getting ready to commence once again. Carr, Cooties, that goes row 1. Middleton loses the lead from coming down pit road. A slower stop than others. Now has to try to go ahead and take it right back. Everyone back on their feet. 22 laps in out of 160. Andrew Cooties, 43. Jackson Carr, 77. Cooties and Carr have never won an e-ticket event. Jackson Carr has never won an NR Night in America race. Does that change here tonight? It's bow tie lockout row 1. Back to the NR Thunder restart zone. We're green once again. Cooties on the outside, drops down low. Jackson Carr gives him the opportunity. It's Wyatt Tinsley on the outside there with Baker. Talking about that outside lane, getting a big advantage early on. Now the big 3 drop down low. Everyone races to the outside to get an advantage. They're back through 1 and 2. Wyatt Tinsley gets a shot there from Baker. It's Justin Champagne dropping in line. Looking inside, looking outside goes Jackson Carr, but their strategy move does not work out. It's Wyatt Tinsley, top of the charts at Daytona. Toyota leading for the first time here tonight, but it's a bow tie behind. Another TRD follows in suit. That goes Justin Champagne. The outside with an advantage. The top 3 that was originally the top 3 go down low and starts losing spots down off corner exit. Baker, top side, looks to the bottom, but it's not going to take it. Wyatt Tinsley brings the 20 back to the line. Cha-ching goes TRD. Vila dropping back on the outside, looking for a big run down off corner exit. Raul Alvis lines in with him. It's Steinmeier back there in 8th. The 2x2 can continues the outside lane. That's the advantage, no doubt about it, at least early on. And you look at that big play. What happened was on that restart, some drivers dragged that brake. And we talk about how forward momentum is so important. How about Vila looking to the middle? And drops down to the bottom, lines in with his teammates. It's gonna be the 2x2 again. The Toyota strategy top side is split by a bow tie, but you got 3, 4 bow ties lined up down the inside with no forward momentum down off corner exit. Wyatt leads 1. Wyatt's gonna lead 2. Baker follows in the catbird seat, 25 out of 160. Justin Champagne, multiple times has come close to winning an eTicket event. Rides in 3rd. Raul Alves out of the pocket, down to the inside. Justin goes to block. It's Vila to the outside. Lines in with Steinmeier. And it's 2x2 again, but it's the shuffle within the top 8. Now, Elite 8 we talk about all the time. Early on, they were staying very calm, very cool. The back end of the pack was where the shuffling came about. Now it's coming up front. And if you're running outside this top 12, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay up front and possibly have a big risk of wrecking your car? You drop back. What we're starting to see is a lot of guys towards the rear end dropping back. 3 wide, West in the middle. That's Tyler Tinsley down low. New race leader for the World Center of Racing. Or yes, should I say the World Center of Racing? Justin Champagne, top of the charts. Toyota top side, Ford, Chevrolet down on the bottom end. Jackson Carr riding in line, 2x2, and you're starting to see the 3 distinct packs that we originally discussed. You got that main pack holding on 2x2. You looked at Thornquist, that's the 48 car, 19th on back. They've single filed out, and they're looking for an opportunity to avoid any issue up front, one to the wall. That was Champagne. Originally led a lap here tonight and already scraping the outside. Safe for Beer down through 3 and 4. Andrew Cooties takes it back to the outside, followed by Carl. Raul Alves 3 wide. Starting to see a big rebellion versus this main 3 guys that work together. Alves sideways down to the inside. Contact there at Middleton. Slides way low, all the way down to the inside. Vila sliding. That's going to be Rawlings all the way down to the inside. No one goes around. Now they do. That's going to be the 9 to the inside. Contact to the rear end. And the caution will wave for the second time. They're holding on to not throw that yellow. Mosteller involved in his second incident tonight. Now be on lap 27 out of 160. I think as push come to shove, you're starting to see guys get really aggressive. They want to avoid that main 3 drivers from staying in line all the way to the outside and just basically controlling this race. Little did they forget, it's lap 27 out of 160. We're not even close to halfway yet. Demos caving in the nose for the second time. Middleton. The outside of the inside. Let's go ahead and watch back. Oh, that was all the 16, I believe. Oh, Alves came down low. Middleton right to the rear end there, the 21. And they slide all the way down to the inside. It's just that little bump that will go ahead and make a big difference. Alves down to the inside. You see right here, it looks like he had it saved. The real fear was from Kevin Champagne and drivers behind. Was he coming back up? And you can see it right here. That rear end just sliding on that machine, trying to work its way back to the outside. And everyone just came right back down low, and that's what changed everything. The scatter to the rear end looked to only be actually a 2-machine incident, so it may be a quick yellow before we get back. Green flag racing, but the caution is going to wave for the second time. When do you make your move? Do you come to pit road this time? Do you stay out? I'd expect everyone to want to stay out, but that's not going to be the case. Justin in. It's going to be the 20. Wyatt Tinsley in. But everyone else looking to go ahead and stay out. That goes Greenwood. That goes Michael Gregory on the outside. Getting ready for the restart. Lap 29 out of 160. 2 cautions in, 29 laps completed. We'll be restarting on lap 31 out of 160. What do you think so far of the NWP 400? Push come to shove, and well, drivers not liking when others are taking control early on, no doubt about it, and that's exactly what you've been able to see from things that have gone down. And our night in America fueling victories all year long as we get ready to go ahead and try it again. The 2x2, well, it's getting ready to continue once more. Champagne down off corner exit. Looks like he's going to come off and away. It's going to be Steinmeier coming off as well. Andrew Cooties, Jackson Carr, Middleton, and Greenwood. That's going to be your new Fast Four. The 2x2 is looking to go and continue it again. We'll get the 1 to go next time by NR Night in America, fueling victories all year long. Andrew Cooties looking to get his first ever eTicket event win. He's lined up and loaded. Frank DeAngelis up to 7th. Justin Champagne to the inside and dropping back to 8th. We want to say thank you to this beautiful crowd that we have on hand here tonight. But now the fuel window goes ahead and changes. You look at possibly lap, I want to say 65, as the first opportunity for drivers to come down and in. As we get ready to try it again. The 1 to go will be waving this time by Chevrolet Lockout row 1, and Middleton will most likely be dropping to the back. Let's get ready to go racing. Justin back to 7th. Travis Brown up to 8th. Ryan Vargas, well, he's been staying on that leaderboard all night long so far. And if you look off into the distance, ladies and gentlemen, that sun completely set. Just 30 laps in. The track temperature is going to change, and the racing quality, well, it's about to change big time right here as we get ready to get rolling. Chad Thornquist back to 13th. Once again, 2 e-ticket events. One in NR Night in America, Talladega, and the Brickyard 400. I'm going to get that one done. Kevin Champagne looking to find his way forward as the 1 to go has officially come out. Cody Workman looking for his first ever e-ticket event win. And guess what? He's up to the 6th place spot in that 27. Michael Gregory, your Geico 500 winner, up to 5th. But so far, it's all about who can get through that blockade of Jackson Carr and Andrew Cooties. Time to rock and roll right here, right now. NR Night in America, feeling of victories all year long. This is the NWP 400 at Daytona, the second ever running. Time to get up once again. 2 by 2 by 2 they roll. Chase Schaffer back to 11th, Baker back to 12th. We talk about Baker being aggressive, and this is about to change up big time. Cooties, Carr, Middleton, Greenwood, that's your Fast Four. Let's get ready to go green again. To the NR Thunder restart zone once again. Bowtie, Fast Four, we're green from the World Center of Racing. Inside lane, no forward advantage. It's going to be Andrew Cooties on the outside, lined in there with Jackson Carr. Greenwood's going to stay topside as well. Cody Workman up the 5th, that inside lane, no forward momentum. Michael Gregory to the rear end there in the 16. Brown's going to go down that bottom, 3 wide, 3 rows deep. Burrows getting out of the way, still 3 wide. Now they've all lined up back there. Looking 4 rows deep, back 3 rows again. Greenwood out of the pocket to the bottom of 3 and 4. Jackson Carr holding on to the outside lane there with Andrew Cooties. It's Greenwood on the bottom. Middleton coming to pit road. 3 wide. Cody Workman in the middle. Looking to the outside again. Tanhart cracks the top 10. Workman leads another. It's 32 out of 160. Big move. Look, Baker going to that middle. On the gearbox there at the 43. Jackson Carr not looking to make a move. It's Justin Champagne on the outside. We know that Toyota loves to make big moves down off corner exit. But right now, he looks like to be a sleeping giant. No forward momentum there. Vargas lines up behind. The 2x2 continues. From about 4th on back through 3 and 4. Chase Schaffer on the outside there in the Ford. It looks like the blue ovals have now finally come to play. They've lined up on the outside lane. Jaw made that Joe West just inside that sweet 16 on the outside. 33 out of 160. Cooties, Carr, Champagne, and Vargas, your new Fast Four. And Gregory's trying to shove that 7 as much as he can down low. Brown on the bottom, lined up with Burrows. Gregory looking at the outside, realizes a 7 has no forward momentum, but you're going to have to shove to make that inside lane work. That's already been proven here within the first 15 laps, including when you have 2 drivers on the outside lane working together. Jackson Carr likes where he is. He knows it's 33 laps in. We're not even close to halfway just yet. And right now he's thinking, this may be the spot I want to be in when it comes down to 3 to go, when it comes down to 2 to go. Why is that? That's the run down off corner exit. The forward momentum you get from running second is so immersed. It's almost like you can't block if you're the driver in front, and that's just the product of this new aero package. 3 wide, Cody Rawlings looking to the middle. Chase Schaffer picking to the bottom there of Vargas. 3 wide, happening again. Wyatt Tinsley, but Baker's going to go the outside here of Tanhart. And they're going to be lined up 3 wide again, but that's only now 1 row. Looking 2 rows deep. Tanhart with a big run down corner exit. That's not going to work. Schaffer into the wall. Tanhart goes around. They start scattering everywhere down the backstretch. And the caution will wave again here at Daytona. Mosteller through the grass. Cabrera finding his way through. Kevin Champagne tagged. 47 is Skipper down to the inside. Smith down low. And Sean Rowe going to have gone through as well. The real question is what happened as they blinked all the way towards the rear end. Champagne still down in the grass. 3 cautions in for the first 35 laps. Cabrera, West all get through unscathed. But the caution is going to wave once again. It's still early to go 3 wide. But they have set the tone. No doubt about it. Let's watch back. And they're trying to get away from certain drivers on that outside lane. But all that's doing is putting a big damper on what's going on up front. You see Baker drops to the outside. Lined up there with that 14. I think it's going to come here from Tanhart again. Oh, man, that might be Schaffer coming up. It was. And Tanhart may have gotten tagged there from Baker. It's going to be tough to get a good angle. Baker, yep, right into the rear end there of the 14. Gets Schaffer turned around, and the caution is going to wave. And we're going to watch back on it again. Three cautions in, 35 laps have been completed. See it again. You look at Baker drop all the way to that outside. And Schaffer went up to go squeeze the 14. Then Baker got right into the back end there of the 14. From what we've seen, we may have to ride on board with some of these guys. It's all about getting that right angle. We might be able to see it here. Oh, yeah, that's a bumper hook. No doubt about it. But Schaffer went up to squeeze and just could not hold on to it. Caution will wave once again from the World Center of Racing. 3 in out of 36 laps. 160 laps still to be complete. Champagne, DeAngelis, Vargas, and Thornquist. That's going to be your top 4. Justin Champagne pacing down the backstretch as your race leader. Let's go ahead and talk with the driver that is currently top of the board. And you looked at it early on before we got that first caution. They were playing it safe 2 by 2, and then all of a sudden cautions started brewing cautions. If I'm a driver right now, I'm thinking if someone just has full advantage early on, if you got like 2 or 3 guys to the outside that just holding onto it, let them be. They can't win the race on lap 37, lap 38, lap 50. They can only win the race if they're leading back to the line for that final lap. So you got to go and see how everything adjusts. You can definitely see when those 3 drivers stuck to the outside lane and did not leave, it definitely went ahead and changed everything up. But we're going to get ready to go ahead and try it here once again at our Night in America, fueling victories all year long as we get ready to roll out once more. Let's go ahead and talk to Travis Brown. Brown, it's a John. You got a copy? Oh, caution is out 3rd time. Early on, it looked smooth, and all of a sudden, the 3 by 3 started continuing. Walk me through this race so far from your vantage point.
Yeah, man, it's been pretty wild out here. These things move around a lot, especially when you're in the middle. So when guys start getting in the middle, that's when it gets real hairy. We were sitting pretty good there. We pretty much missed that wreck. Kind of got sent down through the grass, and I slid through my stall, so I lost a couple spots there, and I decided to fix my optional repairs. So I don't know. It's pretty wild. The middle only works for a handful of rows, if that, so you got to find a hole. So I guess we'll probably see more of that tonight. People trying to get up and wrecks coming from it.
You looked at that first yellow. They were holding on pretty well up to that first point. Then the 3x3 continued. Do you think this aggression is going to stay, or do you think this is going to go ahead and be a big turning point of the race where it's time to stay 2x2, don't have the air circulate? Because you're starting to see a lot. Drivers in that middle, they're going top to bottom. It's almost impossible to hold that line with all that air moving.
Yeah, I think, though, we'll probably calm down a little bit here, but it's really, I mean, you have to start making progress towards the front pretty early. You can't just drive straight through the middle or straight up the top. I mean, it takes a little bit to get up there, so I don't think we'll ride around for too long. I mean, I don't know. We're getting closer and closer to halfway already, so it's only going to pick up, I feel like.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun to see. Can we possibly see you go to victory lane?
Oh, I hope. I mean, checkers are records. It don't pay anything to finish second, so I'm gonna do what I can to be up there at the end.
Going to be a lot of fun. Let's see it. Coming back to the restart zone, this time by 3 cautions in, 37 laps have been completed, and it's now time to try it once more. The 2x2 back to the restart zone. We're green once again from Daytona. Champagne top side, Vargas down low. They're all going to file in down to the inside. Stanley to the outside there with Greenwood. It's Cabrera down low holding the 2x2. Gavin Austin inside the top 8 for the first time tonight. Wyatt Tinsley now has Mosteller to the outside. That 2x2 is going to continue. The question is, did that 9 already use that fast repair? Vargas down off corner exit, lined up there with Champagne. Stanley looking to the middle once more, now all the way down to the bottom. Thirdquist lined up and loaded. Cabrera back there in 7th. 2x2. Brown makes the middle work. Now ducks to the bottom end. We're starting to see now possibly drivers go 3 wide and duck into a hole as quick as possible. Justin to the outside, lined up there with Vargas. Greenwood looking 3 wide with a small peak, actually just way out of the groove. Holds on. Nothing, goes ahead and changes. Back to the line. Justin versus Stanley dogfight. Justin Champagne leads that one. 39 out of 160. 2x2 they roll, and now it's pick a lane. Do you pick the top? Do you pick the bottom? What works best for you? Justin on the outside, no forward momentum right now. Thornquist has some help there with Stanley. They're locked in, nose to tail down low. Cabrera really giving some room. Austin dropping to the inside, dropping way back out of forward contention. Justin on the outside, still help there from Vargas. I think Ryan's going to sit with this 23. Justin down to side draft, forcing the entire outside lane to come down with them. And now you're starting to see that big transition from what you saw from the Chevrolets to now what you see here from Champagne. They knew they were going to lose time in the middle of the corner, but they were going to get it all back down off corner exit. When Justin came down to side draft, there's a lot of forward momentum lost on that outside lane, and they're holding back 2x2 with the outside lane now losing that domination. Looks to be the inside lane getting a lot of forward momentum. Chevrolet's lined up again. So far, best manufacturer tonight goes to Chevrolet. Toyota, Ford have not been able to get it together. Stanley on the inside brings Quantum Threat top of the charts. New race leader, it's the 3G8 down low, still shoved there by third. Let's run around. That goes Baker. And that's going to be the 10 of West all the way down the inside as well, but that happened towards the rear end of the pack with relaxed yellows on. We stay green. Yeah, that happened all the way back to looks to be about 30th, maybe on back. They're not going to throw the yellow for that one. They already called it. Too many incidents. We are going to hold on to it. Champagne top side, Stanley on the bottom. The 2x2 continues. Cabrera back to 6, holding on and locking on as we work our way back through 1 and 2. Now you're starting to see that second pack form in all the way towards that rear end. Drivers being forced to line up. Justin on the outside, lined in there with Vargas. Stanley on the bottom, lined in there with Greenwood. And they went all the way down the inside off the racing surface, so they are going to go ahead and keep it green. Justin Champagne losing the lead there to Vargas. Vargas down on the inside. And it's going to be Stanley lined up, shoved there to the rear end there with the bow tie. 3 bow ties down low to the outside. Toyota with Chevy and another Yoda all the way back to the rear end. That's Tinsley up to 4th. 2x2, 3 wide burrows. If you're new to NR Night in America, you don't know what relaxed yellows are, when there's an incident outside of that main pack, And even if it's caught on screen or not, as long as it's not affecting the racing up front, they are going to keep it green. They don't want incidents in the back affecting the racing quality up front. And this is a big wake-up call to calm it down 2 by 2. You see Gilliam lining up back there with Schmidt, Austin, Rowe, and more. That's going to also be the 47 on the inside, lined up single file. Justin Champagne on the outside with Greenwood. Brings the inside lane. That goes Wyatt Tinsley. Going wheel to wheel. Toyota drag race. Toyota dogfight. Down off corner exit. Max Brady, a lot of damage. Makes his way to pit road. Inside, Wyatt Tinsley. Chet Ching is going to lead another 43 out of 160. Greenwood to the rear end there of Justin. 2 by 2 by 2 they roll. Vargas down low, now trying to shove Tinsley. When that sun was out, it's almost like the outside lane was just a dominated force. Stanley getting out of here. He doesn't want to see anything happen up front that may involve him. And that's going to slow any forward momentum that inside lane had. Raul Alvis up to 5th on the outside lane, lined up single file. Champagne, Greenwood, Mosteller. Remember, Mosteller's been involved in 2 cautions here tonight. Now on the outside lane, inside the podium spot. Tinsley dropping down low. Vargas is going to join him. Same with Contreras. 44 out of 160. And the Toyotas have now woken up. Make it 3 inside the top 6. Justin goes down to cover. Tinsley's going to follow. Vargas set on the inside. Now Contreras lines up 2 by 2 with him. That's Brady back out on the racing surface. Fast repair in hand. Drops all the way down to the inside. It's going to force that second lane to come up. 3 wide. Alvis on the outside getting squeezed by the drivers that went from the bottom to the middle to avoid the back marker. There, Max Brady out of the pocket. Dale Greenwood to the bottom of the track. Chevrolet lineup, Toyota on Toyota, 45 out of 160, and now you get that green flag run with the relaxed yellows. Let's look back on the pylon, right side of your screen. What do you see? Drivers on a different strategy. Some pit just 2 cautions ago, some have not, and you look at right now Champagne, if the stats are correct, 16 laps in, you're looking at maybe within the next 25, maybe 28 laps, he's going to start thinking of coming to pit road. But we've seen guys stretch out that 50. We can see very easily around that halfway point, we might have some green flag pit stops. Jackson Carr on the outside. Mosteller still locked and loaded. Alvis back there in 5th, but it's the outside lane, single filing out. Middleton, 3 wide, top side there with Cooties. Steinmeier logged in, and it starts that long train back. Rowe, Schmidt, Gavin Austin all the way back there with Gilliam as the outside lane goes back to the dominated force. It's a bottle up front. That goes Justin Champagne. Toyota, Bowtie on Bowtie, lined in behind. Your Mosteller, you've been involved in 2 incidents already tonight. We still don't know if that 9 uses fast repair. We're going to take a wild guess. He did. Still a lot of right side damage. Do you want to be aggressive now? You know that pack has really shortened itself out. The herd has been thinned out with drivers now single filing all the way back down the back stretch. You don't have a lot of opportunities down low. You go for the side drop. The 9's looking. Doesn't want to ride in line, but you drop back even more. David Cabrera back there in 8th. Has now formed up a line there with Middleton. Same there with Cooties. And Thornquist back there in 13th. Even 12th have dropped back as well. Timothy J. Moore down on the inside. TCB as well. They're both going to go 1 lap down. And it's early. That's the only thing you have to talk about right here. It's early on. You don't have to go ahead and worry about losing lap because you get 1 caution. You can get that lap back easily without a doubt. It's now about playing calm. This 3 wide force is going to be a hold your breath moment. Middleton in the middle. Look at how that air is circulating. When they go 2 by 2, it's perfectly calm. They can hold on to it without a problem. 3 wide puts so much movement, so much turbulence in that middle lane. You're having to fight that car tooth and nail all the way up from top of the lane to the bottom. Alvis to the bottom, peeking there on Carr. Jackson Carr once again lined in 2nd for the majority of this first part of the race. Now lines up there 4th. Mosteller there in 3rd. That 2nd lane still with the move down on the inside. And it's going to bring Travis Brown right here back there in 7th. Vargas may have wanted to come down, wasn't able to get it done. Rawlings looking, peeking. Do we see the 2 by 2 continue? Possibly for the lead. Champagne, Tinsley all the way to the outside lane. Push comes to shove. Now out of the pocket goes Alvis. Forward on forward. A shove to
the rear end there, the 21 through 3 and 4, and the Ford momentum carries on that inside lane. Up to third, looking for second. Another shove there. Brown to the rear end there of Alvis. 2 by 2, back to the line, and Champagne looking in that mirror, knowing that inside lane is on a roll. You're even looking at Schmidt, possibly looking down on that inside. Stanley falls in line down low. Contreras dropping back. You're on the outside lane right now. You're thinking safety. Let's get to halfway. Let's get to the green flag pit stops. You're on the bottom. You want to go to the front. You want to get that TV time. You want to show that you are meant to be here, because when you get down to that last 10, 15, 5 laps, you want someone to go with you. If you make a big move to the outside, and that's the big showcase right now. 49 laps in to a 160 lap race here on iRacing. Car back to fourth. Mostello, that's the driver right now I'm looking at inside the Fast Four that could very easily make that move down to the inside. He's got a lot of forward momentum. He's looking down low again. Brown's gonna have to get Alvis a little bit further forward. Get him right to the rear end there, possibly the 9. Mostello's looking for a big run down off corner exit. Justin Champagne logging off laps one after another. Tinsley with the run down off corner exit. He's gonna hold on 2 by 2. Last time it was Chevrolets with the big alliance up front. Now it's Toyota holding on to it. And you see Brown just knows he can't get that shoved there to Alvis. He may need a little help here. What about Rawlings on that outside? What about Vargas? On that outside lane, do we see the 06 make the move down low? Big side draft there from the 21 on Contreras. Contreras got sideways there down off corner exit. Lost a lot of momentum. Welcome to lap 51 out of 160. 50 laps completed in the NWP 400 live on the YouTube channel IDK Player. My name's Jonathan Ramos, the voice of NR. If you're just joining us, welcome. 3 cautions into this 160 lap race. 51 laps once again have been completed, and it has been up and down. We had an incident way in the back that we stayed green on with the relaxed yellows. Now we're back 3 wide. Middleton all the way down the inside there with Cooties. No forward momentum carry to them. Steinmeier out of the pocket, rolls to the bottom, and it goes Travis Brown stuck in no man's land, fading fast, and everyone's gonna find their way around. And this package is so momentum-based. You can't just let off if you're the inside lane and let somebody back in line. You have to get them towards that rear end. You see Brown focusing on that outside lane. The outside lane is almost like a safety net. If you're on that bottom lane trying to make it work, you start losing some time. Well, guess what? They're just going to go to the top side. That's what Brown just saw there. They all went around him. Contreras now jumps to the bottom, trying to bring his Toyota inside the top 3. Back on the battle box. If you look down to the right side of your screen, who's been on the move since the first lap? Justin Champagne, within 52 laps, has been up 19 spots. Wyatt Tinsley up 8. Mosteller up 18. Jackson Carr up 1 after starting 5th. Cody Rawlings up 28. What a sight it would be for that 99 to possibly get his first eTicket event win, but you go ahead and ride on board. Back to the nose and back to the gearbox. Vargas isn't moving. They're looking up for that green flag cycle. Stanley down to the inside. They're trying to make the inside lane work again. And you look back to those 3 cautions. They didn't just happen out of nowhere. They happened because they were trying to prevent a train on that outside of where 2, 3, 4 guys just form an alliance and they don't want to make a move. That's why you saw those back-to-back yellows. We start to see that inside lane coming again. Look at David Cabrera down the inside. There with Burrows. Burrows trying to make it work. Ethan Stanley stuck 3 wide. Now 2 by 2 again down the bottom. And the forward momentum carries once again. It's the pendulum back and forth to where the momentum comes off corner exit, but it's still a Champagne show up front. Oh, man. Cody Rawlings sideways down off corner exit, lost forward momentum, but holds on to that spot, currently still sitting in that 5th place position. Greenwood on the outside, the 2 by 2 carries. Now Cabrera right to the rear end. There is Stanley. They're moving forward. Cabrera up to 5th. Stanley up to 3rd. Mosteller back to 4th. Cabrera, a man on a mission. Just getting shoved by the driver behind. They're 2 by 2. Now they're looking wheel to wheel there for possibly 3rd. Mosteller dropping back to Cabrera. Cabrera shot forward. Stanley to the lead down the inside. 3 wide. Justin went to try to cover, and it's going to be a costly mistake. Champagne loses all forward momentum. Now they bottle up to the short 2. Wyatt Tinsley on the outside. Ethan Stanley on the bottom. 3G back top of the charts.
And now Justin's going to be forced to go ahead and file in on that outside lane. 2x2 went from 1st to 12th. That's how quick one mistake can go ahead and change your position. And you got to look at it. You're getting aggressive again. Do you want to be in 12th? Do you want to be in that red zone? 55 laps in out of 160. Stanley took the lead, lost it. Mosteller with the shove of the century on the outside. Brought Wyatt Tinsley back number 1, but Cabrera will not give in. Shoved to the rear end. There are the 8 once more. He has to back up just a little bit, get some clean air there on that grill. Ethan Stanley down low. Wyatt Tinsley on the outside. Toyota Chevrolet dogfight. Tinsley's going to lead this one by 4. Mosteller still not giving in there on that outside lane. Jackson Carr's lined up as well. There with Cody Rawlings. Stanley on the inside. Cabrera's there. They can clear high if they want. Clear all around. Goes the 8. Down off corner exit. Big opportunity. The only thing is Wyatt Tinsley's going to get a shove here. Mosteller connected. Right to the rear end there of the Toyota. Now it's the tandem draft for the Fast 4. Cabrera will not allow Stanley just to go to the top side. But I don't think Stanley wants to go high. He knows Cabrera is just dialed to 11 right now. Being a big team player down on the inside. Mosteller late on the quarter panel. There are the 20. 2x2. Cabrera to the outside. Holds onto it. Ford Chevrolet side by side. It was out of the pocket. Went the Ford. David Cabrera top of the charts here in the NWP 400. Now Wyatt Tinsley is going to give a shove to the rear end there of the 38. Now what's Mosteller going to do? You can't push the pusher. We've seen multiple times where things have gone wrong doing that. Tinsley swaying. Pushing Cabrera far out as possible. That inside lane collapsing just for now. Back to 3rd. Burrows lined up on the inside lane there with Ethan Stanley. Run down the hill. Sideways went the top 2. That's how important it is to just thread that needle. Run on the edge of wrecking and fast. And that's exactly what you see within the top 2. They know they can lay on each other with this track cooling down. That's exactly what's going on. Wyatt Tinsley pushing Cabrera out as far as possible. Do we see the 20 possibly try to look to the inside? Mosteller still holding on that outside lane, but the Chevrolet's locked and loaded down low. Chevy on Chevy. That's Burrows. That looks to also be the 8 there of Ethan Stanley. As drivers start dropping back to the rear end. Champagne back to 19th. Alvis back to 20th. As they continue with the 2x2 down off corner entry into corner exit. Cabrera brings Ford back number 1. Wyatt Tinsley on the outside, and there's still no true dominance. Right now, it's all about how aggressive you can be late, but they're showcasing their aggression early. That's why you saw the aggressiveness within the first 30 or so laps, but guys are starting to drop back even more. Look at this main pack. The top 15 are under a second from each other. If something goes on up front, bring out the scorecards, because it's going to be tough to avoid anything. You're Brown, you're back to 14th. You had a big opportunity early in this long green flag run to make your move forward. If you're Andrew Cooties, you're looking 3 wide right now. They're on Vargas, but backed up because he knows it's not worth the risk. Here's the risk you want to take out of the pocket. Wyatt Tinsley. Ethan Stanley was there to cover. The shove to the rear end there of the TRD. Bringing Toyota back top of the charts. That 2x2 is going to carry Wyatt Tinsley back to the outside. Mosteller lined up. David Cabrera locked in, nose to tail. Wyatt Tinsley will lead another next time by, ladies and gentlemen. Just 100 laps remaining. It's coming down to it, no doubt about it. You just see these guys are focusing right now on how much you can push, how much you can shove. It's already been proven 3 wide's going to be tough, including we have to rely on the driver in the middle from not making a bad mistake. Wyatt Tinsley on the outside, another shove there from Cabrera. Mosteller still lined in 2x2. Ethan Stanley on the inside, lined out with Burrows. Cody Rawlings on the outside. Travis Brown has been able to join him. Off corner exit once more. Middleton to the inside. Andrew Cooties to the outside. That's the switch up. Wyatt Tinsley will lead another. There's 100 laps to go in this race. Sean Rowe cracking that top 20. Now that sweet 16 all the way on that outside lane. David Cabrera all over the rear end there of Wyatt Tinsley. They got way out in front. Mosteller has an opportunity to go to the inside. Elects nothing of it. Stays right to the rear end there of Cabrera. Justin off the pace, way in the back. That's 19th on back, lined up with Alvis. It's very easy to go ahead and lose that draft, and we've seen it time and time again from drivers dropping all the way to the rear end. Contreras down on the inside. Kevin Champagne on the inside as well, the 2x2. Cody Rawlings back there in 6. Cabrera look to the inside. Now lined up again there with Mosteller. Laps winding down from the World Center of Racing. Now the question is, if you're Tinsley, what do? You know Cabrera is going to get aggressive. He's never won a race in NR Night in America. Clearly has never won an e-ticket event. This is his finest hour, if you're the 38, to go to victory lane. And you also got to start thinking, when do you want to go ahead and pit? Right side of your screen, 26 laps, 33 laps. No estimate there on Ethan Stanley back there in 5th. It's coming down to that area where you may have to start thinking of finding a buddy to come to pit road. 2x2. Cody Rawlings on the outside. Jackson Carr up there as well. Ethan Stanley on the inside with Burrows. Sliding down off corner exit. That went Mosteller one more time. Laps clicking away. Fuel strategy was coming into play. We see that first driver knock in about 35 laps on this green flag run. That's when that pit window is about to open. And you're going to see drivers either come in or stay out. It's going to start with drivers all the way in the back. How about drivers lined up in this main pack, but not competing up front? That's Gavin Austin there in the 15. He's in an area where he knows there's a lot of room on that outside. There's a lot of room in front of him. So if he sees any type of smoke boiling up front, you can go ahead and make evasive moves, and that's exactly what that 15 is thinking right now. When do you want to go ahead and make a big move? Cabrera on the outside there with Wyatt Tinsley. Mosteller lined in as well. Ethan Stanley, well, he's going to go for it. On the inside, wheel to wheel there with Wyatt. Chevy on Toyota dogfight. For the top spot again, Ethan Stanley. Cha-ching. That's how it's done right there. Holding on that inside, and Burrows is not going to leave him. Patience. That's how you're going to get to victory lane tonight. No doubt about it. David Cabrera to the rear end there. Wyatt Tinsley, 2x2. Tinsley sideways off corner exit. Cabrera with the shove. Not that we've ever seen a shove before, and now it's on the backstretch. Contact for the lead. Burrows sideways, saves it again. This time off of Contreras, and everyone's running on edge up front. Man, that could have been disastrous. Rawlings on the outside, lined up and loaded. Stanley clipping the apron, losing all forward momentum. And the inside lane falls back once again, 65 out of 160. Just see how much they're pushing down there. Brown to the inside. Travis Brown wants an opportunity to go to victory lane. Now lined up with Ethan Stanley. Yeah, that inside lane has just deteriorated big time. Look at that gap between Kevin Champagne and Schmidt. Now they're all going to the outside lane because they know this fuel mileage is coming into play. Jackson Carr on the outside, lined in with Mosteller. That's the nose to tail. Cody's back there in 8th. Stanley back there in 9th. The inside lane now has 3 machines lined in, and more look to be coming. Cody Rawlings up there in 5th. The last time we saw the Cyan 9 up front for a big portion of a race was at Talladega, another super speedway. Will the glass slipper fit for the 99? Well, time will tell as we're rolling towards halfway. Wyatt Tinsley has brought Toyota numerous amount of laps length. Same with Justin, but he's all the way back there in 19th, way off the pace. Once again, this is a 40-car field, 2x2. Contreras to the outside, Thornquist to the bottom. The switch up. Contreras wants that outside lane working. Now looks back down low there with Middleton. 2x2. Andrew Cooties led early. Now looks to go in and take the lead again. Contact there with Brown. Up and into Wyatt Tinsley, 2x2, and that's going to stop the outside lanes formation. Travis Brown inside on the Ford. Andrew Cooties outside Chevrolet. Cooties will lead that lap. Brown needs a shove here from Stanley. They're going to be going for it. David Cabrera on the outside. Trying to form right to the rear end there of Wyatt Tinsley. Now Wyatt Tinsley forced to shove the 43 forward. And that was not planned at all. You saw Travis Brown that inside forced the 43 high. Now Wyatt Tinsley to the bottom. Slingshot engaged. Cha-ching. The 20 back top of the charts. And Mosteller's lined in. Brown looking to the outside.
Demos will join in as well. The switch up top to bottom. David Cabrera goes to defend. Wyatt Tinsley back where he left off. Number 168 out of 160. And now Stanley's going to be forced to get a shove there from Middleton. Rawlings dropped back to 9th. Cooties down to the inside. Jackson Carr's going to join him. Chevy on Chevy. That's 4 machines lined up down low. And what a race we have here. Down the backstretch, Wyatt Tinsley lined in with David Cabrera. Cabrera all over the rear end there in that 20. Cooties trying to get a shove there from Jackson Carr. If you're wondering how fast they're going, well, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Right side of your screen, that's 190 in the middle of the corner. That's Middleton, 194. How about the drivers that are tandem drafting? Tinsley on the outside, Carr on the bottom. Look out, 191, 195. We've seen speeds up to 202 at one point. Coming down off corner exit, look at this, Champagne. Alvis coming in for pit cycles. They're down and in. They're going to go off and away. And this strategy will hopefully go ahead and bring some things forward for them. A big undercut. With those machines now lined up with the drivers. Way off the pace, that goes Kevin Champagne, 2 by 2. Wyatt Tinsley to the inside, lined in with Stanley. Jackson Carr on the outside. Andrew Cooties joining in. And no doubt about it, this 43 wants to go to victory lane. An e-ticket event on his resume for iRacing would be absolutely fantastic. Chevy Toyota dogfight back to the line. I believe it was Cooties. Stanley takes the lead. No, not Stanley, sorry. Tinsley takes the lead down off corner exit. Exiting the trial will back down to 1, but it's Cooties on the outside there with Carr. Remember, this is how it started this race off. It was the 43 and the 77 working together early on. That lit a fire under a lot of drivers. 5th on back to show that they had full range of motion to manipulate the lanes and just lock out the top 2 spots. Well, guess what? They're now 1-2 once again, 70 laps in. If you tune into the first 14 laps, you've come back. Things may not look any different. The only difference is Wyatt Tinsley taking the lead again down to the center of the corner. It's a run down off corner exit. Carried to the 43. Drag race. Toyota Chevrolet back to the line. Wyatt Tinsley, yes sir. 71 out of 160. Laps are coming away, no doubt about it. Down to the inside, Middleton going to the outside. Now it's 3 machines at rest. All within an alliance. Cooties, Carr. Middleton on the outside. David Cabrera down low. And it's just a big switch up that you continue to see. Stanley nearly lifting the rear tires there off of Wyatt Tinsley. Almost saw it there when running on the nose. All the way to the back. Pit stops being made already. As this fuel window has completely opened up. Mosteller on pit road. We're looking to come to pit road. That was actually an error. Coming to pit road. That goes Dale Tanhart possibly. Down the inside where the lot machines know when to go ahead and avoid the oncoming traffic. 72 out of 160. Cooties, Carr, Tinsley down low. Brown on the outside. Middleton once again 1 lap down. He's sitting there in that 19th spot. Now no one's going to go ahead and work with him. Travis Brown on the outside. Shoved to the rear end there, that bow tie. And we can see all these guys come in and pit together. That's the optimal way to go ahead and do it right now. If you're in this main group, it's small enough, but also big enough to come down pit road without anyone having an issue of possibly taking guys out, but it's also in an area where you can come out together, and anyone that was possibly pushed back due to an incident that happened early in this restart, well, guess what? They may stay back there. Middleton looking to come to pit road. And the 16 is going to go in and peel off. Single file down on the inside. Wyatt Tinsley to the outside. There are Burrows. And that's nose to tail. On the outside lane, Ethan Stanley. Lined up and loaded. You're starting to see these guys are backing off just a little bit. They know the name of the game right now is not just go for the lead. It's now to hold on to your spot. And how do you come on pit road with A, not speeding, with B, not making a mistake at all? And that's the things you have to go ahead and take into effect. David Cabrera lined in, single file down low, and now it's the question, who comes in? Gavin Austin went for the peak. Expecting guys to try to look down low, not gonna happen. Single file, but it's pit strategy coming into effect. New race leader up front, Travis Brown. All the way down the inside, Andrew Cooties locked and loaded.
I definitely see this 43, 77, maybe the 8 coming in together. The real question is, how much talking's going back and forth right here? A lot of these guys have spotters for e-ticket events. As a spotter, do you go into these Discord chats saying, hey, we're pitting on this lap? Or as a driver, you go in and talk to any of the drivers when racing and iRacing. Do you pin in saying, listen, this is the main pack, let's pit in together right here, right now? That's the question that continues to circulate. Brown looking to the inside, they're coming down in. Stanley staying out. The majority of this main pack comes in. DeAngelis in as well. Coming on in without any problems. Alvis electing to stay out. Tinsley in back to 4th. Thornquist in back to 5th. Looks like no one sped, at least coming in. We saw Brown got in the grass, so that won't be a penalty. So you don't have to worry about that. That's that second pack that once again had to drop all the way back to avoid any further issue. Cooties, Carr, Stanley, remember they stayed out. They're going to try to overcut this main pack, but this is such a dense pack. I don't see how they're going to get an advantage. Cabrera, Vargas coming off and away. The race off pit road. It's technically going to go to Frank DeAngelis, but out of the drivers going for the lead. Provisional lead goes to Wyatt Tinsley. Anthony Burrows comes out 2nd. 3rd comes out Travis Brown. 4th comes out Thornquist. And now let's look on pit road. Or should I say coming to pit road. Stanley in his stall. It looks like he may have come in by himself. Lined up there on that inside lane. We're going to see exactly what happened. This may have been an incident there from the 8 machine. And that won't be the case. We will not be able to get a read on it at all. Here from Daytona, Stanley off and away. Came in by himself. Now it's Max Brady coming in for the look. This is that main group of guys. All single filed out. Brown, Thornquist, remember Burrows is there with Tinsley. Tinsley drafting off DeAngelis to try to stay away from that main pack forming in. They will be forced to single file out. Cooties and Carr coming in together. They have now formed their way in. The question is, will they come out of pit road in front of these leaders? Burrows dropping back. Now they've all lined in. Stanley came in on his own, and that's going to be a tough break there from the 8. I don't see how he's going to gain anything from that move. Single file all the way back. Contreras. Greenwood. And then comes the drivers lined up and loaded. This is Alvis, Steinmeier. That's Tyler Tinsley. Tanhart. And that is outside the top 20. They will go ahead and catch Walker. Walker will be forced to go to the inside. Everyone else looking to the outside. They've all single file train back together. 77 out of 160. If you're just joining us, welcome. 3 cautions into this NWP 400. As we approach halfway, Andrew Cooties, your race leader. He did come out of pit road. Doesn't work out for him. Cooties off. Carr off. Wyatt Tinsley forced to go down to the bottom with Frank DeAngelis. And they will go ahead and have to form into that main group of cars. Wyatt Tinsley right there as well, slowing down to try to hope that it's a main 3 pack. The only thing is, it's going to be a rocket ship, a bullet train there from Thornquist through 3 and 4, lined up there with Brown. They will catch Jackson Carr. They will catch Andrew Cooties. And that will leave Wyatt Tinsley a sitting duck. The question is, what do you do if you're Tinsley with Frank DeAngelis right in front of you? These guys are teammates. That's PTSRI. Do you force the 17 to go high and block any type of forward momentum? That main line of group is going to come from behind, or just hold on single file and file in and hopefully help this thing continue to go green all the way. Starting to look for an opportunity. Jackson Carr. No forward momentum for him. Dropping back. Dale Greenwood. 5 seconds off the pace. Lined up there with Kevin Champagne. And lined up there with Middleton. Sean Rowe back there as well. Hey, looking even farther back. Alvis, Justin, Steinmeier, Tinsley. That's outside the top 20 for some. The question now is, what's the move? Andrew Cooties catches to the rear end there of Wyatt Tinsley. They formed into the bottom. Chad Thornquist on the outside there with Brown. Now you're Thornquist right now. You know you're going to catch these guys. That outside lane's been so dominant. It's 3 versus at least 11, 12 car pack. Lined up and loaded. Big shove coming from behind. And they lined up down that inside. About half a second back. They will be in the wake of the drivers in front. You look right here on Brown. Big shove there to Thornquist. Back on the gearbox, Burrows there for support, but doesn't need to push the pusher. Yeah, they got him, no doubt about it. Single file out. The question is, what's the move if you're Thornquist? Do you go top? Do you stay on the bottom? If you're Wyatt Tinsley, do you go top to try to block that move? You know they're going to look to the outside. The speed difference is big. Thornquist lined up in line with Cooties. Now looks top. Cooties stuck on the bottom. Same with Wyatt Tinsley. How about not? Tinsley advanced to the middle of the corner. And that dropped a lot of these guys back. They were not sticking with them all the way through. Thornquist on the outside. Brown there as well. Tinsley, a shove there to DeAngelis. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to halfway. And they broke up that line from behind. They just weren't on that same game plan. Ethan Stanley formed in back there at 12. Remember, he pit by himself. Got a lifeline. Now still up front. These main guys are all lined up single file. Frank DeAngelis to the outside. Timothy J. Moore down low. Thornquist to the outside, lined up and loaded with Wyatt Tinsley once again. Cooties to the inside there of Vargas. Now looks to the outside. Single file train on the outside lane. Timothy J. Moore going multiple laps down on that outside. Rawlings down low. It's going to be Gavin Austin on the inside. Single filing out. And just past halfway right here. You got to wonder with this race going on, the laps ticking away. Do you see another caution? I mean, statistically speaking, we may get another one. But now the clock is really ticking. You're Thornquist. You have every opportunity to get aggressive here. That's why he's going to the bottom. And when it's a smaller pack, you're up inside that top 8. You have any range of motion to go for it. You see, he went for right there. He lost a little bit of time, but he didn't drop back to 12th. Whoa, one all the way down to the inside. And that's Timothy J. Moore. His night's not been going the way he wants. Outside wall, Contreras. Jackson Carr as well involved in that one. And now they will lose the main pack. It will be a 10-car pack up front. They still may have that lifeline, but they have dropped all the way to the rear end. 775 watching line just past halfway here from Daytona. Contreras, Carr knows the tail. I don't think Contreras really gave Jackson Carr any favors there. You can see Carr not happy with trying to shove that 18 as much as he can to hold on to that draft. 83 in out of 160. Dale Greenwood on the inside. Kevin Champagne lined up with Middleton, lined up with Rowe, all trying to play the drafting game, and that's all what it's coming down to right here. Thornquist on the outside. They're at the 06 of Arias. Cooties on the bottom going wheel to wheel. Travis Brown in the catbird seat. Coming down off corner exit. This pack has gotten smaller and smaller. And now it's a 4-car breakaway all the way to the rear end. This is about 9th on back, so it's an 8-car battle for the lead. Single filed out. Then you got 4, and then 4 more. Lined up and loaded all the way to the rear end. 9/10 the difference, back to 8th. Ethan Stanley down to the inside. Gavin Austin on the outside. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Andrew Cooties down low. Vargas to the outside there, Burrows. They're about to form a super train back there. You can see it right here. They've dropped back far enough where Greenwood could be able to catch these guys. Brown on the outside, DeAngelis on the bottom, right in front of Andrew Cooties. And it's 84 out of 160. Down off corner exit, Wyatt Tinsley. Travis Brown, 1-2, Toyota, Ford, Chevrolet. 3 different manufacturers inside the top 3. And now the cycle looks down. How about not? Stays at the outside. But pack number 2, or should I say line number 2, has formed in. Now it's 8 cars in line. Ethan Stanley will be leading that line. Just 4 seconds and change back. And 3 cautions into this race. Definitely a fundamental run. No doubt about it. You can see Brown. Look to that inside. DeAngelis to the inside as well. Andrew Cooties on the outside looking wheel to wheel. Cabrera to the bottom. Rawlings look low as well. Not going to work out. 2 by 2. Cabrera left out to drive for now. Cooties will join in. And Frank DeAngelis will go down another lap. Alvis back to 18th. Mosteller shuffling about the overlays. Being refreshed. 86 out of 160. Wyatt Tinsley, Brown, Burrows lined up and loaded with that second pack. on a mission. Now closing on into this top 8 on that outside lane. That green flag cycle really changed everything about it. You can see it right here. Greenwood, Kevin Champagne, Middleton, Sean Rowe, all the way to the outside. The gap originally was a 4:23, now a 4:12. How about a 4:6 for Ethan Stanley? They're moving forward, no doubt about it. To the inside, that goes to 1. Walker dropping all the way back. Travis Brown on the outside, single filed out. Anthony Burrows back there in 3rd. To the line, Wyatt Tinsley. He's going to go ahead and lead another. 87 out of 160. And now that gap's really closing in. And last time we saw a super line that closed up. The drivers in front, they made a move, but they didn't make it correctly. They've got to be on the same strategy right here. If you're Stanley, you're Carr, you're Gavin Austin, when do you want to make that move down to the bottom? 87 out of 160, down the back. Greenwood back in 13th. Champagne back in 14th. All single filed out. Wyatt Tinsley, Brown, Burrows, Vargas, that's the fast 4 all the way to the outside. Now they're down to 374, they're coming in quicker. Ethan Stanley can see the rear bumpers of the drivers in front. Now right now, if you're Walker right here, you form it on the outside of this second pack to go ahead and help them out, no doubt about it. And Jackson Carr pushing and shoving, knowing the opportunity to win an e-ticket event could very much be his, including if he gets that second pack up here. You can't think caution anymore. You're 88 laps into this 160 lap race. What you gotta be thinking right now is how do you want to go in and take this race all the way to the end? Wyatt Tinsley, Travis Brown, Anthony Burrows, that goes the top 3. Ryan Vargas back to 4th. To the inside, David Cabrera. To the inside, Frank DeAngelis. That goes 2 by 2. Cody Rawlings now dropping to the bottom, and the side-by-side action continues from about 4th on back. Wyatt Tinsley on the outside. Burrows with the side draft. There on Brown. That's wheel to wheel there for 2nd. Cabrera down on that inside, really helping out Burrows. Burrows has won multiple races in NR Night in America. The most prominent came with the COTs at Kansas. Now a block in front of Wyatt Tinsley. And now that 2 by 2 comes together down the backstretch. Thornquist in front of Cooties. Lines them up. Stanley just 3:11 back and coming on forward. Now a 2-9. Wyatt Tinsley all over Burrows on the outside. Brown holds that outside lane still. 89 out of 160 down off corner exit. David Cabrera holds on to the lead on the outside. Ford on Ford. Cabrera top of the charts. See that 38's gonna be going for Anthony Burrows on that outside. Wyatt Tinsley. 2 by 2 by 2 they roll. Stanley now down to a 2.89. Vargas fading back. Brown fading back on that outside lane. A freight train way in the back is now working their way forward. Frank DeAngelis, Cody Rawlings down on that inside lane holding the 2 by 2. DeAngelis getting a shove there by Rawlings, new race leader. For the first time in a long time, we'll go back to Chevrolet, rolls out of the pocket. Cody Rawlings, top of the charts. 91 out of 160, 70 laps to go in the NWP 400. And will look to be caution after caution early on, has now turned into a fundamental race. Thornquist down on the inside with a big advantage. Rawlings on that outside lost a lot of forward momentum. Does Thornquist want to jump to the outside? Does he want to have Cooties lined up on that inside still? Dropping back and still holding on. Stanley, 2-6 back. It's a matter of moments till something works out. 3 wide. Andrew Cooties to the middle. Brown gets the door slammed on him. Cooties forced to the outside, and they all get through 3 and 4 without a problem. Man. Whole lot of taking. The aggression is amping up. Thornquist on the outside there with Rawlings. Cabrera on the outside as well. And Burrows is there doing a great job. Lined up and loaded. Still there with Brown. Now Brown's going to go down on that inside 2 by 2. That congestion just gave Stanley half a second. And we're going to continue to watch the intervals on the left side of your screen because look who he's going to be coming to play with him. He's got Kevin Champagne lined up. He's got Jackson Carr lined up. Those are guys that know how to work together and work their way forward. They're moving, they're jumping out of lines. They know it's going to be go time for them in just a moment. Cooties top to bottom, blocked there on Burrows. Thornquist to the outside of Wyatt Tinsley, falls back in line. Tinsley finds the lead once more. Vargas up to 6. Andrew Cooties to the outside there with Wyatt Tinsley. Frank's all the way down low, still 2 by 2. Going for the lead. Wyatt Tinsley through the middle. Burrows is there as well. Cooties forced around the outside. Anthony Burrows finds the lead once more. And goes Rawlings looking at that middle lane again. 93 out of 160, and that second pack has come to stay. Wyatt Tinsley, cha-ching. Burrows holds on to P2. They're shuffling back and forth. It may be a small pack up front, no doubt about it, but it's a pack that you know can go ahead and fight for the lead back and forth. How about Ryan Vargas back there in 5th? Now jumps to the inside. Brown being forced on the outside lane, and I think they may single file out here. How about not? Thornquist out of the pocket. Vargas out of the pocket. Here comes Rawlings to the outside. It's 2 by 2 again. Stanley's down to 2 seconds. He's on his way. Shoved there by Jackson Carr. All the way to the outside, back down to the bottom. And Frank DeAngelis dropping back once more. Thornquist on the outside there with Vargas. Rawlings lined it out of the parking. Chevy on Chevy. Ryan Vargas, top of the charts from Daytona. That's how you got to get it done right here. You have to go wheel to wheel. Ethan Stanley. We're going to do the countdown again. A second and a half back to this main pack. He can get this draft here off of Brown and maybe about, I want to say a lot, maybe 2. And that's going to carry something big. 2 by 2 again. Vargas looking to the middle. Do you want to force a 3 wide in that second pack? Look at Thornquist to the bottom. Forcing Wyatt Tinsley wide. Tinsley looked to block. Not going to happen. Rawlings outside, Vargas inside, 2 by 2. Back to the line, Wyatt Tinsley. Yes, sir. 96 out of 160, Rawlings out of the pocket. And they're going to go back and forth. Early on, you saw the fundamental 2 by 2, riding in line, trying to get to the end. Well, right now, that strategy, well, it's out the door. Because everyone wants to lead at Daytona, and everybody wants to win, no doubt about it, but only one can for both of those statements. 96 out of 160 down the back. Wyatt Tinsley on the outside there with Cooties, and that second group has formed on in. DeAngelis dropping back. Contreras on the outside there with Greenwood. Cooties on the outside there with Tinsley. Cabrera's there as well. Watch that run down off corner exit. Oh, Thornquist looking at the inside there with Rawlings. Back to the line. 97 out of 160. Greenwood back to 12th. Tinsley to the middle. Lined in with Cabrera and dropping back. They go again. Contreras forming in that outside lane. It's a 14-car pack up front, make it a 16 maybe. Panetto lined up the super train all the way in the back. Well, that's 25 seconds back. 97 out of 160. Wyatt Tinsley, your leader on the outside. David Cabrera lined in now. Can Burrows get the shove he needs from Rawlings through 3 and 4 to force the inside lane with an advantage? Brown with the side draft. Brown with the momentum. Brown to second down off 4. Let's wheel to wheel for second. Dropping back just a little. That's Cooties on the outside. Cabrera to the inside. 2 by 2. Ford on Ford. Time to go get him right here down that inside lane. Brown forcing Cabrera forward. What a run by this 38 tonight. And this is definitely his best performance in an eTicket event ever. Now Brown goes to the outside. Blocked there on Wyatt. Ford v. Ford, that's the defensive move from the top lane to the bottom. It's Wyatt Tinsley on the outside. Now 3 manufacturers make up the top 3. And Kevin Champagne is up there as well. Remember, He lost the draft right before the pit cycle, and now there he is up there in 7th at the line. Travis Brown cleared top to bottom. We'll lead that 199 out of 160. And Cabrera's doing a great job down that inside, but now he's lined up there with Stanley. Wyatt Tinsley on the outside, a shove there to Brown. Greenwood trying to find the run down off corner exit. He's lined up there with Rawlings, dropping back 2 by 2. Contreras looking top to bottom, back to the middle, holds the outside lane there with Sean Rowe. Ryan Vargas on the outside, single filing out. Top to bottom, maybe. Vargas looks low and realizes he's not going to get any company. Cabrera led early and now is back there to 10th. Travis Brown, your race leader here from Daytona. Next time by, just 60 to go. And that's going to be the 06 of Vargas down that inside. Kevin Champagne's going to join him. Two drivers dipping low. Does anyone else join them? Vargas on that outside. Wyatt Tinsley looking low once more. Now it's going to be the outside lane. They're all going to form in right here. The real question is, could we see another cycle of green flag pit stops? They're 25 laps in on this run. And that's going to be the question that definitely needs to be answered here tonight. When do you want to go ahead and make your way to pit road again? Back-to-back green flag cycles. We haven't seen that at all in an e-ticket event on a super speedway. 60 to go. The outside lane has been the dominant force all night, unless that inside lane is all on that same page. Greenwood out of the pocket to the bottom in front of Cabrera. He's got a lot of guys lined up behind him, no doubt about it. You can look all the way back there. Frank D'Angelo's back there as well. Greenwood right in front of Cabrera. Cabrera pushing and shoving there, the rear end there, the 7. Trying to get Dale back up front. Through 3 and 4, scrapes the apron, contact! Greenwood on the apron, back across the track! Car's involved, Rawlings gets tagged, Contreras is involved as well, and the caution is gonna wait for the 4th time with 60 to go. This changes everything. Vargas gets through, Thurquist gets tagged. Gavin Austin with nose damage, Kevin Champagne with damage as well. Wow. I thought we were possibly going to see another yellow. And that changes everything at Daytona. Oh, it's about to get good, ladies and gentlemen. 4th caution of the night. You were thinking strategy until you weren't. Bumper hooked into the outside wall went Greenwood. Changes everything. There's a lot of those guys, you look back to that last restart. There was an incident in the back, and it forced a lot of machines off pace out of that main draft. Greenwood, a lot of damage there on the 7, still sliding around down low. And all this does now is bring drivers back together. This pack's gonna get dense. Let's look back to it. David Cabrera down on the inside. Oh man, tough break for Rawlings too. A lot of these guys that have never won an e-ticket event are up here. And that's what made this small pack so cool. It was giving me the little engine that could from what it looked like. Watch this hit. Cabrera's all over the rear end. And this is the shoving we've seen all night long, but it's worked out. Watch this. They're nose to tail, but that 38 just lifts the tires up just a little bit off that 7. The 7's going down. The 38's going back to the outside. And Cabrera's going to close back in. Now watch Greenwood. Just gets on that apron. Seen the sparks flying. Lost a lot of forward momentum. Came up the track. Cabrera's full saw right here. And just lifted him up. And that was it. Greenwood onto the apron. Stanley gets in the rear end there of Cabrera. The chain effect. It was bound to happen at some point. Jackson Carr, Cody Rawlings, Middleton, little bit of damage on the nose, but he gets through. Maybe not. He gets going sideways. Rawlings comes down in front of Contreras. Sean Rowe noses it in, and Kevin Champagne goes for a slide. Wow. caution is gonna wave. It's the 4th one of the night. And it's game-changing. Burrows tagged there by Gavin Austin. Thornquist, what a move by the 48. We may have to ride on board with him, no doubt about it. Let's go a full lap with this 48 machine. I'm just curious to see how this one went down for him. I mean, you can see he's on the outside right here, and he can't really see what's going on up front. And then there he does, actually, at that moment. Hard on that brakes. Frank DeAngelis right in front of him. Coming down, all the way down the inside. Frank forcing the 48 wide just a little bit, has to sneak through. And Gavin Austin's just coming down. And if you're gonna win at a super speedway, you need to have great wreck avoidance. And that right there may be a race-defining moment for Chad Thornquist. Let's go ahead and talk with him. He's going to be restarting up front, no doubt about it. As we get ready for the restart, we're going to go ahead and go around one more time, allowing some of these drivers to go ahead and get back on the lead lap. Thornquist, Wyatt Tinsley, that will be row number 1. As we get ready to try it again. Thornquist definitely right now won't be able to go ahead and talk with him. But we can go in and talk with Greenwood. He was the driver that got turned. Dale Greenwood is the John. He got a copy. See if we go to tag him in again. Greenwood's the John. He got a copy.
Gotcha.
Long green flag run. You definitely had a car to go ahead and beat. You do have a faster pair left, if I'm not mistaken, but that's got to be heartbreaking. Walk me through it.
I just got shoved till I got wrecked. He was shoving me down the back straightaway. It was going good. I was getting a little sideways. But, you know, you can't shove in the corners. And he just kept doing it until I hit the apron, came up, and he just hit me again. And it's fun.
Is there any bad blood between you and Cabrera, or is this something that you feel like will be a race-defining moment from yourself, knowing that green flag pit stops are about to happen again?
No bad blood. He was just trying to, I get what he was doing. He was trying to push me to the lead, but you can't push in the corners.
Well, we got a question to ask you. Early on in this race, it looked like the shoving, it wasn't working out in the sunset. This track is severely cooled down to the point where it looks like you can now push, you can now shove, and it looks like everyone's running that fine line of being shoved at the whole lot of speed and wrecking. Is that where you think he probably just snapped it because you knew he was trying to go ahead and push you out in front to take away from that momentum on the outside lane?
Yeah, I think that's what he was doing. He was just trying to push me to the lead, but just got me too squirrely, and he hit the apron, and then I lost. He hit me again, and I spun.
Well, you're getting the one to go here, my man. Are you ready for it?
No, I'm 2 laps down.
Oh, well.
Because here's the funny part. When we were catching up to the pace car, I slowed down, and somebody hit me from behind and broke the toe link, so I couldn't drive the car, so I had to tow.
Oh, man. Well, it's gonna be a slippery slope up there for Greenwood, but there's still a good amount of laps left. Let's see if he can get it done. Fast repair being used. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. If you've been here since the start of this race, well, guess what? It's been anything but predictable. The unpredictable Daytona race. It looked like there was going to be caution after caution after caution. Well, guess what? That goes away. You're coming down to 55 laps to go in the NWP 400. You're coming down to 55 laps to go at Daytona. And you still got a lot of cars lined up and rolling. First part of this race, mostly single file for drivers outside that top 20. Well, guess what? They are bunched back together. Let's get ready to do it again. From the World Center of Racing, the pace truck is going to make the hard left on a pit road. Wyatt Tinsley, Toyota. Thornquist, Chevrolet. We're green once more. Thornquist, no help there on that inside. Alvis went to the outside lane right away. Smith to 6th, Cabrera to 7th, Brown up to 8th. See Wyatt Tinsley on that outside lane there, Mosteller. Steinmeier back to 4th, 3 wide. Brown stuck in the middle there with West.
It's the 26 of contact. There goes the 47. Everyone goes to scatter again. Caution is going to wave.
That's going to stack guys up big time. Travis Brown involved. Ryan Vargas involved as well. You're starting to see something here tonight. That's cautions, brewing cautions. Joe West tagged around. Baker down to the grass. Marlowe may have been tagged as well. Abraham Vila getting his way through. A lot of damage there on the 26. And you went from a long green flag run to a restart wreck. Cautions, brew cautions, blue Jimmy. Make that Brandon Pinetto. A lot of nose damage there on the 42. Joey Stone has not been having the race he's wanted tonight. Nose damage there on the 50. And we will look back to see exactly what happened. Let's see what's going on. We may have to go to the far camera here. And they all went to the outside right away. I guess that was just a big scare. Drivers going to the outside. I think Stanley may have just gotten in this 26 right here. Oh, he did. Forcing Marlowe wide and collecting multiple machines. Look at everyone going down low to scatter. That's Jackson Carr. Blue Jimmy falling his way to the inside. Gavin Austin getting tagged again. Gilliam right into Vargas. Went for the squeeze, but Brown was coming back up. And it's the content creators coming all together down the backstretch. Definitely putting a damper there on their run. Let's go and watch back on it again. You might have to go top to go ahead and see this again. Go to the blimp. Let's just watch this formation. Right off the gun, you look to the outside. Everyone's going to the outside with forward momentum. You got Marlowe down that inside. Stanley's not riding in line with him, but that 8's got a lot of forward momentum. The outside lane has just been the way to go here tonight, no doubt about it. And you continue to just watch how this run forms in. You got Stanley right to the rear, and there, the 26. He's not centered. He's going to give him another tap here. He's not centered again. Marlowe gets a nice shove forward. Stanley goes bottom. Remember, we talked about that error circulating big time in that middle. And it looked like the 26 may have been coming up anyways. No, yeah, that was Stanley. Shoved to the rear end there, the 26, and around they all went. Caution is out for the 5th time here from the World Center of Racing. And we will get ready to try it again. Wyatt Tinsley, Mosteller, Alvis, and Steinmeier. That is your new Fast 4. Pit road full of machines way in the back. And you can see at least 39 of the 40 drivers are still running in this race due to the fast repairs being handed out. We still have a lot of guys going for that one spot, and that is first. What are your opinions so far on the NWP 400? If you're enjoying this race, let us know down in the comments below. Goody's back to 10th, Contreras to 11th. So you had 3 cautions back to back to back, then a long green flag run. And now you get a caution and then another one. So a back-to-back yellow. That forms in the 5 yellows for 108 laps. You got to start thinking here. You're coming to 40 to go. Who do you want to run with? If you see someone up front that you don't trust, do you want to stick with them? Do you want to drop back? Do you want to jump to the outside right away? How do you want to go ahead and play this out? That's the real question. It's been a fun night, no doubt about it, but a storm is brewing over Daytona International Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, the one to go. What a run, what a drive by so many here tonight. It is 10:15 on the East Coast, 9:15 Central. That's local time of this stream currently happening on this beautiful August night. Tuesday night primetime e-ticket event. As we get ready to get going again, Wyatt Tinsley, Daniel Mosteller, that's row 1. Steinmeier, Alvis, that's row 2. Smith, Cabrera, row 3. Thornquist, Workman, row 4. Thornquist going for the Triple Crown. He's won Daytona. He's won Indianapolis. All eyes here at Daytona. Let's get ready to try it again, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Mosteller stumbled out of the gate here early. Looking to go ahead and kick it back together. 41 laps to go when we get to the line. Wyatt Tinsley has in the fastest Toyota here tonight. Mosteller on the inside on a bow tie. Let's go racing once more. Raul Alves to that outside, wasting no time. Mosteller to the outside, there with Wyatt Tinsley. Push comes to shove, the outside lane with the advantage. And Alves on that outside, trying to get that run down the hill. Right to the rear, there is Steinmeier. Smith is coming, and company is right behind. Cabrera to the bottom, 2 by 2. Alves back to 4th. Smith on the outside, back there in 6th. Back to the line, 40 to go in the NWP 400. David Cabrera, big shove there from Stanley down that inside. Wyatt Tinsley, Daniel Mosteller not giving it on that outside lane. And Steinmeier's got to be content right here. He hasn't been able to crack that top 5 a lot here tonight. The only thing is that inside lane with a lot of forward momentum. Daniel Mosteller lagging out, pocket loss. Packet loss, should I say, here at Daytona. Now forms in contact. They're wrecking in the back. Caution is going to wave. Yeah, there was a big issue there with this pack. You saw Wyatt Tinsley lost all that forward momentum. Mosteller's internet blinking in and out and just caused an incident down the backstretch. Kevin Champagne rolling through the grass. Yikes. Yeah, that's got to be tough. He blinked in and out, and it just took guys around. You saw it right there. You can't focus when you see a car coming in and out. And you just saw right there on that outside lane, when a driver blinks in and out like that, they lose any type of draft, any type of momentum. Let's watch it again. And he's on that outside lane. He gets right to the rear end there of the 20, and boom, just completely blinks out, and iRacing's not registering any draft to the 20. That's where Cabrera gets all that forward momentum. And you think about iRacing, you think about it as a simulator. Well, guess what? When you run an internet connection, you got to hope that everyone's internet holds together, including in a main pack like this. In this case, the 9 had a lot of issues there and just drops all the way back. That's going to be Wyatt Tinsley losing all that forward momentum, and everything looks cool, calm, collected right here until Mosteller blinks back into view. We're going to see where he comes back in, and it forms up right in front of what looked to be Middleton. Yeah, he did. Blinked a couple times coming in and made contact there with Cody Workman. You can see the sparks flying off the 27. The 27 loses forward momentum. Middleton right into the rear end there, Workman, and forces himself down into Schmidt. No one's fallen at all besides Mosteller's internet. Kevin Champagne getting tagged, and then it was 3 wide from there. Everyone has to jostle for spots all the way to the rear end. You can see Gavin Austin looking low. You can see Justin Champagne looking low as well. Schmidt turned dead sideways right in the middle of this field. And they will go ahead and call it. They're telling the 9 to drop to the back to make sure there's no more internet issues for him. And we will get ready for a restart. Yeah, it looked to be a possible run and all the way to the end with a long green flag run, maybe, as these guys all formed in 2 by 2. But there's some things you can and you cannot control. In that moment right there, it was the internet, and Mosteller has lost a lot and drops all the way to the rear end. Let's get ready for the restart. Let's get ready to go. David Cabrera, Ethan Stanley, Sean Rowe, and Brady. And that's 3 cautions in a row. Last time we had 3 yellows in a row. We had a long green flag run. Will the pattern stay the same? That's the real question. Cabrera will go ahead and elect the outside of row 1. And this will be the restart. Let me rephrase that. Max Brady on the outside. That's row 2 with Gregory. Gregory actually back to 5th. So it will actually be Sean Rowe and Max Brady back in row 2. As we get ready to try it once more. Time to dig one more time. Back to the outside of 3 and 4. The high banks of Daytona make it 1 and 2 as we get ready to get going again. Drivers still getting their laps back in 3 and 4. It'll be Ford Chevrolet, row 1. Ford Toyota, row 2. Toyota lockout back to row number 3. And this is going to be a big opportunity for a lot of drivers to make up time. And you look all the way back. Gavin Austin, he's going to be back there with Kevin Champagne. But you haven't seen the 25 to go. When you see that 25 to go, that's when you got to start thinking as a driver. Back in 17th, 16th, 18th. Do we go now? That's the real question. Right now you're not there. It's 114 out of 160. You still have a lot of racing left to go before you put yourself in position and put yourself in risk. But once again with Daytona, it's high risk and also high reward. Let's see how they'll all level out as we get the 1 to go coming down off 4. Ethan Stanley trying to bring Quantum Threat, their first ever e-ticket event win. David Cabrera looking for his first win in NR Night in America. Also looking for his first ever e-ticket event win as well. Ford Chevrolet, row 1. Toyota Ford back to row number 2. Through the NR Thunder restart zone, we're racing again. Cabrera forming down to the inside in front of Stanley. Max Brady on the outside there with Rawlings. And Baker's been a sleeper through the middle of this race. Now forms himself up inside the top 20. Now up to 10th, 3 wide. Rowe to the outside, there was Stanley. Vila jumping to the outside as well. Wyatt Tinsley down low with DeAngelis. 3 wide, 4 wide, all the way in the back. And they're gonna relax yellows again, for instance, all the way back there. Stanley shoved there to Cabrera, trying to get that outside lane rolling. Gregory looking at the bottom, now goes all the way down low, shoved out of line there by Rowe. Cabrera's gonna lead another 116 out of 160. Sean Rowe out of the pocket. That's gonna bring Brady with him. Inside lane is Denson out through 1 and 2. David Cabrera. The outline for him, that's Ethan Stanley. He's got to shove as much as he can. Starting to see Max on that inside lane, not shoving Rowe. 3 wide looking. Baker to the middle. Wyatt Tinsley to the middle. Cody Rawlings to the middle, puts car on the wall. Around goes Rowe. And they all start scattering again. Caution is gonna wave. And it's gonna start thinning out this herd, no doubt about it. A lot of guys have already lost that fast repair. And this will now start changing everything. 7th caution out, 117 out of 160. Yeah, it's like you saw that 3 wide. You knew it just wasn't gonna work out. And that's the thing, they rode around for so long, they're getting anxious. But you still got a lot of racing left to go. Frank DeAngelis finds his way through. Let's look back to it. Let's look back to the main field up front. Brady to the bottom. And put Rawlings on the outside there on that 99. I believe it did come down the 99, making a mistake. 3 wide. We talk about that turbulent air there in that middle. And just comes right up into Jackson Carr. Remember, Jackson Carr already had to use the faster pair here tonight. Oh, yeah, that's all in the 99. He was a dart without feathers coming up the track, and Sean Rowe might have just ended Jackson Carr's night. Thornquist going through the middle. Ryan Vargas getting his way through. Moore finding his way through. Justin Champagne getting through unscathed. Thurston going all the way to the grass. He wants to get as far away from any of the issues up front. Caution is out again, and we're going to get a read on who officially is out of the NWP 400 in just a moment. But before we go in and do that, let's go ahead and talk with one of the members of the NWP. That's going to be the Iceberg. As the laps start winding down, Jarrett, it's to John. You got a copy. And he's certainly right now, currently actually, server muted. As we get ready to go at it, Stanley, Vila, Baker, Tinsley. That runs out your new top 4. DeAngelis, Steinmeier, Austin, Smith. We're going to get analysis also from the Iceberg in just a moment on what he's thought of this race, how things have definitely carried over, and how these cautions are now brewing more cautions. We're about to get a read here very soon on who officially is out of the race as we get ready to work on forward. I want to say thank you to everyone that is tweeting about, and we're just getting word nobody is out of the NWP 400. The same 40 drivers that started this race are still in it, whether it's with a lot of damage or nothing. A lot of drivers towards the rear end out of faster pairs, but not a single driver has DNF'd. And that's a big switch up. You look back to the NWP 400 last year, the first driver to DNF, Darian Gilliam. Now, it's a completely different standpoint. It'll be Chevy on Chevy for the top 3, Baker up there in that 3rd spot, as we get ready to try it again. The one to go, getting ready to wave. Vargas back to 18th. Let's get ready to do it. Let's get ready to go racing, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go ahead and get the one to go here as we get ready to try it once more. Stanley, Vila, Tinsley, and Baker. Your new Fast 4. Closing in on just 40 laps remaining. Stanley on the outside, Vila on the bottom. Remember, we started this race with a 3 and a 43 on the front row. Now it's an 8 and a 3 on the front row. One of the most iconic numbers when it comes down to NASCAR, stock car racing. Have paced the field at least once tonight, and add even more to it. You got a 24 lined up back there in 3rd, all the way down to the inside. That's going to be TCB. Sparks have flown multiple times tonight, and no doubt about it, we're getting ready to amp it back up again. Let the 2x2 continue once more. Cautions have brewed cautions here tonight. Do we continue to see the same as 40 drivers still pace this field after 119 laps? We've had wrecks tonight, but once again on iRacing, you got one faster pair, and that long green flag run has kept all those notables right up front. Pace truck makes a hard left onto pit road. Stanley in the 8, Vila in the 3. Let's go racing one more time. Side lane for momentum. Down to the inside, Vila lined in with Stanley. And Tinsley's on that outside there with Steinmeier. But Steinmeier's been very conservative when it comes down to pushing. Brown to the outside, looking 3 wide. Cabrera up the block. Forcing the 62 in the middle. Crossover. Wyatt Tinsley, DeAngelis, contact again. Spinning down to the inside. And the caution will wave once again. And the admins will be forced to go get guys out of here. Yeah, that's... Wreck again. That's the 8th yellow, this time on a restart. As the caution will wave once more, Cody Workman, Anthony Burrows. Yeah, they're spinning, but it's not enough to end their race. A lot of damage there from Mosteller. And that will definitely warrant his first fast repair. Cody Rawlings on pit road. He's still got 40 laps to go. And that's what happens when you still have 40 guys joining at the end of a race, including on iRacing. You got 40 to go. This will happen. Let's go ahead and see it. Now, you knew it was going to be bad news when they started going 3 wide right off the gun. That outside lane didn't get going. Brown looked to the outside. Cabrera went up. Steinmeier stayed in the middle. We talked about him not being aggressive. Look at that block there by Stanley. Going all the way to the outside. Vila there as well, and that just bottlenecked everyone. And then Cabrera may have gotten in. You see Stanley was there. No, that was Steinmeier coming up. Steinmeier in the 62. And they all go around. Frank DeAngelis tagged. Michael Gregory, Mosteller. A lot of damage there on the 9. Yeah. I don't think they're going to be settling down whatsoever. There are $400 on the line. The only thing is, now you got to wonder if you're Greenwood. Now you got more damage than expected. But you're starting to see a lot of these guys start dropping back because they're starting to see this as a consistent run of the mill. Cabrera, Austin, Alvis, Contreras, that's your new Fast 4. Schaffer, Thornquist, Gilliam, and West, that's your top 8. Cabrera, Austin, row 1. Alvis, Contreras, that will be row 2. Yeah, when you go 3 wide like that, you know it's just not going to work out whatsoever. And now what it is it's burning laps off under pacing. Caution is out again. This will be the 8th caution of the night after 122 laps. As we get ready to try it once more. And the admins will be putting relaxed yellows back into play once again. And that'll be for incidents all the way towards the rear end of this field. And they will throw the 1 to go. The 1 to go is out at Daytona, and this will switch everything up. Drivers coming down pit road will have to find their way back around. 123 out of 160. Big opportunity right here for a lot of these guys. Laps are winding down. And look at it again. When these cautions come out, it shuffles the field. And then certain drivers want to get back to the front right away. What that does, it just creates a big bottleneck. You got Gavin Austin on the bottom. Cabrera on the outside. Contreras, Alvis, that's row 2. Thornquist, Schaffer, Gilliam, and West, that's row number 4. And these guys originally have not been up front a lot, except for maybe Schaffer and Thornquist. Contreras and Alvis, same with Cabrera, they've been up there, but Gavin Austin has not sniffed the lead a lot here tonight. And he's going to be up there on row number 1. How does this play out for drivers way, way towards the rear end? Champagne, Cooties, that's 14th and 15th. Moore back inside, that's Sweet 16. David Cabrera on the outside will get ready to try it again. Well, the cautions go ahead and file away, and when we get back to the green flag racing we all love to see, let's find out. Pace truck makes a hard left on a pit road. It's a Ford front row. Back to the NR Thunder restart zone one more time. We're green from Daytona. Cabrera on the outside, a shove there by Contreras. Thornquist top side, shoving the 18 forward. See, that 18 is going to try to do everything he can to stay away from these guys behind. On the nose to the gearbox. Thornquist there in third. Holding on in line. See, Contreras is not going to leave Cabrera whatsoever. An outside lane's rolling strong. Top three, top four, Alvis up the fourth. Drivers fading back, now looking 3 wide to the bottom. Wyatt Tinsley in the middle. Max Brady in the middle as well. 125 out of 160. Kevin Champagne to the bottom. I think Contreras is going to be leaving Cabrera anytime soon. West has got a big run here on down that bottom. Ford on Ford, Kevin Champagne joining in. Alvis on the outside, 3 wide in the back, that's Baker to the bottom. Tanhart will make it a move here in the middle. Skipper's gonna join him. In the 14, hold on, 3 wide in the middle. Kevin Champagne on that bottom end. A push there by Wyatt Tinsley. The 3x3 continues. They're calling it relaxed yellows for incidents. Outside the top 20, 126 out of 160. Baker up the track into Brown. That's Brady having to drop all the way back. Contreras on the outside. There with Cabrera. Thornquist looking back down to the bottom. West is still holding on, still with this 2x2. The real question is, when do you make the move? 3 wide, Wyatt Tinsley. Dropping his way to the bottom. And Baker's found his way up to 10th. Contreras down off corner exit. Still the shove to Cabrera. Laps winding down. Wyatt Tinsley shoved there by Baker in the middle. And West is down that bottom when they're 3 wide like that. That's where you don't want to be, but look at that move. A lot of movement right through the middle of that pack. Stanley to the middle with the side draft there on Alvis. 3 wide once again. Joe West stuck on that bomb. It's that middle lane that's moving. A lot of heavy hitters lined up and loaded. West has got to make a move. And they line up 2x2 again. David Cabrera has led a ton of laps tonight. Now lined up to possibly lead the last. Here comes Stanley. Shoved there by 10 to contact. Stanley into the wall. Cabrera gets through. Contreras tagged. Tyler Tinsley tagged as well. And we are under the 9th yellow of the night. That's a 22. Through the grass. That's Schaffer. Push came to shove. And it wasn't going to work out. And I think Stanley came up. Caution is out again, and we're going to look back on it right here. Tinsley came up. Oh, no, that's going to be Stanley. Yeah, he looked at that 20 coming up and went to go ahead and block. And we're starting to see blocking is what's causing all these incidents now. Yeah, that 8 got forced high. Talked about that turbulent air. Making it tight when guys go ahead and roll out of the pocket. And that's exactly what happened. Thornquist nowhere to go. Tinsley finding his way through. He's going to be lined up with Cabrera again. Got Tyler Tinsley tagging the 47. Skipper going right into the 18. Travis Brown finding his way through. Raul Alvis pumping the brakes again. Joe West down at the bottom. And the caution will wave now for the 9th time. They've all happened after, or the majority of them, should I say, have happened after halfway. If I'm not mistaken, 6 cautions in the last 30 or so laps. Maybe 40, I could be wrong. But it's all been happening on these restarts when they're all bunched up together. Real question is, though, you know, if we get an incident outside that top 20, they just announced it, we are going to go ahead and stay green. And it's going to come down to everyone up front. Where can you place yourself without having an incident? We'll be restarting with 30 laps to go. Brady, West, Burrows, and Vargas, your new Fast 4. Moore, Schaffer, Tinsley, and Workman running out that top 8. Let's get ready to go at it again. Can Ryan Vargas go to victory lane? Can Anthony Burrows go to victory lane? A lot of questions to go ahead and be asked. Now we're going to come to the one to go this time by. Going to go at it right away. Cautions, brew cautions, brew cautions. But no doubt about it, you can tell these guys want to win. That's why they're trying to force themselves forward. The only thing is, the smartest guys right now are the ones that are staying away from this. But here's another update. Ever since they updated the next gen on iRacing, ladies and gentlemen, the cars have been tougher. They've been stronger. But at the same time, in some places where they've gotten more strength, and other places they've gotten weaker. You bend a toe link, you're going to be stuck on pit road for a while if you don't have a faster pair. And you're starting to go ahead and see a lot of these guys that save that faster pair continue to go at it. We're calling it now. Cody Rawlings, officially one of the first drivers off the track, not completely out. We are hearing that he is off the track. No guarantee if he'll be coming in. Brady, West, Vargas, Burrows. That is your new Fast 4. A storm has been brewing all night long. As we get ready to try it again, it's the NWP 400 here at Daytona. As the laps wind down, we will have 30 laps remaining. Burrows back to 4th. Vargas back to 3rd. Workman, Moore, Champagne, and Tinsley. That runs out your top 8. It's going to be tough with these laps winding down. And officially, it looks like 3 drivers are out of this race after those cautions have all brewed together. West, Brady, row 1. Vargas, Burrows, row 2. Moore, Workman, Tinsley, Champagne. That is your top 8. West, a Florida native on the outside. Max Brady down low. Toyota versus Ford. Everyone getting back on their feet one more time. It's that time of the night. It's the 30 to go from Daytona. Primetime Tuesday night has given us sparks, has given us wrecks, and has given us amazing racing. How will this go down? 30 to go. West on that outside, shoved there by Vargas. Workman staying in line. It's still Brady on the inside, help there with Burrows. Looking 3 wide already. Justin to the outside. Baker to the outside. West goes up to block. Forcing Vargas in the middle there with Workman. Justin Champagne in the catbird seat. That's in row 2. Look at this bottom. Burrows has a lot of breathing room. The rear end there of Brady. Back to the line. 29 to go. West trying to get a shove in the back. Wyatt Tinsley up to 4th. Going to be trying everything right here to get back to it. Max Brady to the inside of 1 and 2. Burrows, his teammate, trying to hope that they keep that 1-2 going. The only thing is, West gets a shove there by Champagne. Down on corner exit. Now they're wheel to wheel. And that 10 machine will not go quietly into the night. Justin Champagne has been up front, has been in the back. All over this main pack during the first 132 laps of this race, now finds himself in the fast four. West versus Brady. Brady's gonna get it. And gotta keep digging right here. You see this pack is really densing in. The inside lane with a massive advantage now. Timothy J. Moore lined up and loaded. That's Wyatt Tinsley lined up with him. And Justin still trying to push that 10 machine on that outside lane. Now Justin in the middle. West will be hung out to dry. That's going to be massive right there, but Baker's going to get big help there, that 23. The 2x2 commences back to 3 wide, only to the outside. Brady, Burrows, Moore, and Tinsley. 134 of 160. See it dicing out. Brady holding on to the lead. 3 wide. Alvis in the middle. Frank's trying to get that inside lane rolling with himself, trying to make a move to the outside. He's going to be with Wyatt Tinsley, still 3 wide in the back. Vila dropping all the way back. Champagne there with Baker. 2x2, Frank DeAngelis getting side drafted by the 23. It's going to be a 4-car breakaway. They're worried about each other. Laps winding down from Daytona. Trouble, Cabrera. Move to the inside, saves it. We stay green. Back to the line. Brady, Burrows, Moore, and Tinsley. He's going to go through the grass, so we're going to stay green right here. Champagne down low, now there with Wyatt Tinsley. Timothy J. Moore there in third. A sleeper the entire night. Started up front. Strategy was to run in the back. Now is up front. 135 out of 160. Here comes Wyatt. Wyatt Tinsley, top side, nose to tail. Now they're looking again. Tinsley's going to get a great run right here. He's got help from Baker behind. That's a 79. Travis Brown only to the outside. Run down the hill for Wyatt Tinsley. Max Brady still got a big advantage down low. At 20. Needed more help from behind. That's the 24 machine. Lined up 2x2. A lot of machines jumping way back. Yeah, a lot of separation. Now dropping all the way to the outside. Brady, 19. Burrows, 33. Wyatt Tinsley. Now he's shoved there by Baker on the outside lane. And Ryan Vargas is going to be lined up again. One driver split up this main pack. Now they've all single filed out towards the rear end. And they have to line up right here if they want to watch shots. 25 to go. Brady, Tinsley, TRD, dogfight to the line. Wyatt Tinsley's going to lead that one. It's Baker trying to give a shove. Now rolls out of the pocket. Chevy Toyota dogfight back to 1 and 2. TCB looking for his third ever eTicket event win. Wyatt Tinsley looking for his first. Vargas on the outside. A shove to him. And they're all drawing back way off the base towards the rear end. 24 to go. Ryan Vargas, 06 on the outside. Look at Tanhart through the middle. And Alvis is going to join him. Ford's looking through the middle, trying to split up the party up front. 23 to go. Oh, a lot of damage from guys way in the back. And they're going to throw it. Caution is going to wave. Justin Champagne all torn to pieces. His brother Kevin as well, involved in an incident. And with an issue that happened all the way to the rear end to bring this one together. The caution's out again. That's Blue Jimmy having damage as well there on that 42. The 10th caution out of the night with 23 laps remaining. We're going to have to drop all the way back to go and see this one. And it happened right around here. We didn't throw the yellow. Looks like it split up, but it looks like it was possibly worse than expected. And you can see Justin going high after contact there with West. And they came back together. Tanhart gets slammed on the side. And the 10 up and into the 6. Nowhere for Tyler Tinsley to go. And the caution is going to wave. And they gave them a couple more laps to go and cycle back around. I realized it was worse than expected. That was incident number 1. And there was the relaxed yellows. The only thing is, there was a separate incident. And we're going to see exactly what that was. Oh, that's what it is. No, that was Demos turning the 23. Mosteller turning the 23 into the outside wall. And Justin being forced to use the fast repair. Mosteller out of the race, and that's the second internet issue for him that causes the second caution. And that's exactly what got Justin sideways. So it looked like originally after that incident, they were going to stay green. It separated enough. But after Justin got tagged, it stacked more guys all the way to the rear end. And Mosteller, his internet brings out 2 yellows here tonight. And he will be retiring from the NWP 400. Panetto finding his way on pit road. And we're going to have around 20, maybe 19 laps to go in this one. We want to say thank you to all the brand new subscribers. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in for the first time and all the hardcore viewers that look forward to these eTicket events all the time for NR Night in America. Justin Champagne going around, getting one of his laps back. Cody Rawlings was off, now back out on the racing surface, going back around and getting one of his laps back. Wyatt Tinsley, Ryan Vargas, Baker, Brown, Brady, Cooties, Tanhart, and Burrows, your new top 8. It's going to be tough to see how you hold on to this all the way through. The laps have been winding down farther and farther, and time will be running out. If you're outside that top 20, everyone lined up and loaded once more. Remember Cabrera trying to look for a way back forward again. Panetto going back around and getting one of those laps back. They're going to go in and call the 1 to go here. Vargas, Tinsley, Baker, and Brown. That's your fast 4. We will have 20 laps to decide who's going to walk away with $400. We have 20 laps to decide who's going to walk away the winner of the NWP 400. Is it a first-time winner? Do we see the Triple Crown? Or do we see something that isn't expected? But you got to expect the unexpected when you go to Daytona. Let's find out how this will play out. Wyatt Tinsley inside, Ryan Vargas outside. 20 to go from the World Center of Racing. We're green. Brady on the inside, big shove there to the rear of the 24. Baker gets a move out in front. Brown on the outside, lined in with Vargas. Vargas is gonna go down low. Max Brady lined in, top 4 breakaway. Brady looking at the outside. That's still Vargas down low. Brown's lined up on that outside lane, still 2 by 2. Through 3 and 4. Baker to the inside, shoving Wyatt Tinsley. Brady blocked there on Vargas, won't work out. Vargas to the outside, but no forward momentum. He's gonna stack up that outside lane. 19 to go. Tanhart to the outside, they're a stone. Burrows in 4th. When do you make the move? You're the 33. When do you make the move? You're the 24. To the rear end there, Wyatt Tinsley. Pushing, shoving down the backstretch. See Vargas on that outside, he's trying to get more guys collected up there. Looking for a run that isn't there just yet, 2 by 2. Andrew Cooties out on the inside. Travis Brown trying to get that second lane working. It's a freight train down on the bottom. Cooties to the outside, lined up with Vargas. 18 to go from Daytona. And big right here, he's starting to see Cooties. Look to that outside once again. Gavin Austin back to 9th, single file down low. Right now, if you're in this top 10, you gotta be content. It's 18 to go. You guys start getting worried once it gets down to 10 to go, 9 to go, 8 to go. That's when you guys really start moving forward. This package produces passing. DeAngelis out of the pocket. Right now, if you're outside that top 20, you may want to be worried. Gregory 3 wide, Elvis into the wall, dropping, fading fast. Back to 17th. Stone up to 17th. Now Elvis back to 18th. 2 by 2 again. Wyatt Tinsley to the line. 17 to go. And Burrows is back there in 4th. When do you make the move? You're the 33. Lined up with Baker. This is Brady. Peeking to the outside. Burrows still holding on down low. They're coming down off corner exit right here. How aggressive do you want to get? Got a couple lap machines all the way to the back. Gregory to the middle. Brown on the outside, looking 3 wide. Michael Gregory trying to bring Jordan back to victory lane. He's right now stuck in that middle. Cootie's gonna join with them. 3 by 3. That's 4 rows deep. That's 5 rows deep. That's peaking maybe 6. Contact. Kenny Brady. He's gonna be able to save it. Wyatt Tinsley on the outside. Timothy J. Moore shoving his way forward on the bottom. DeAngelis trying to get Cooties in that 43, moving forward. Laps ticking away. Wyatt Tinsley on the outside, there with Baker. Thornquist top side with Brady. Moore still holding on down low. Wyatt Tinsley is going to have the mirror drive, no doubt about it. Down off corner exit, it will be just 15 laps remaining from Daytona. Cha-ching, Toyota, Chevy Toyota top 3. Kenny Brady to the bottom. He's going to be going for it. Trouble, Skipper. And around he goes. That's way in the back. I don't think they're going to call it. That's a single car incident. Collects 2, 3, maybe more. They're going to let him race. Keep it green. Skipper dropping back. It was an incident that fell back outside the top 20. Focus is on the main pack from the admins. Let him race. Brady to the bottom. Tinsley on the outside. It's a JGR 1-2 contact. Brady got loose, man. Cooties is shoving that 19 down low. Toyota on Toyota back to the line. Laps winding down. Baker there in 3rd. The shove to Wyatt Tinsley. The move out of the pocket. The wheel to wheel for the lead. Back through 1 and 2. Wyatt Tinsley's lined up. How about Gregory? Can Jumpman find its way to victory lane? Last win for him was Daytona, all the way back in March. Looking to sweep the World Center of Racing. He's in 3rd for now as Baker takes it back down low. He's got a big run right here. PBR is going to be looking for victory lane. Back to the line. 13 laps to go. Tinsley, Thornquist, Gregory, and Baker. Yeah, Max Brady down the inside, shoving that 24. Vargas is staying content right here. Sitting back there in 5th, out of the pocket goes Gregory down to the inside. Michael Gregory, wheel to wheel for 2nd. He's gonna need Baker to go in and help him out. He's got a lot of forward momentum, might be forced 3 wide here. He is. Baker to the bottom, Gregory dropping back. Burrows looking at the bottom. Vargas was gonna go with him. 13 to go. Alvis getting a shove there by Stanley. Baker down low, now Travis Brown leads the inside lane charge to the short shoot, back to the line. All eyes on Wyatt Tinsley. Thornquist in the catbird seat. He's not going to leave him. He's going to stay right there until the last lap. Mark my words, that 48 is going to be looking for a last-ditch effort off turn number 4. Brown push, shoved all the way for the 24. He crossed the bow just about half a lap ago. Now he's got that forward momentum up to 3rd. Baker's right there. pushing him as much as he can. Thornquist out of the pocket. He went early. A lot of drivers expected him to wait. And that won't be the case. 48 versus 20. A dogfight between manufacturers. A dogfight between teams. Tinsley on the outside. The 48 Thornquist on the bottom. Tinsley's going to leave it 11 to go. And Burrows jumps to that outside. Vargas up the fourth. Staying very content with what he has. Alvis up to 6. The 2x2 continues. Tinsley down the backstretch. A shove there by Burrows. Look at Thornquist trying to side drop. See Brown all over the rear end there on that 48. 2x2 they roll. Burrows on the outside, shoved there by Tinsley. It's going to be Brown on the bottom, shoving Thornquist to the lead. They both can clear high if they want to go up there. Brown's going to bite. The 79 beats the 48 to the punch. Travis Brown, new leader from Daytona, 10 to go. Thornquist losing a lot of spots. Went from first to 14th. And that's just in about half a mile. That's how quickly your race can just change up on you. We'll have to regroup. Wyatt Tinsley out of the pocket to the bottom. Burrows is going to join him. Baker sitting content there in row 3. That just moved Vargas up to row 2 on that outside. Wyatt Tinsley not giving in. Anthony Burrows down on the bottom. Back to the line for Toyota. Travis Brown top side. Wyatt Tinsley bottom. 9 to go for the World Center of Racing. You got lap machines up there. Max Stone, Panetto, Contreras. Wyatt Tinsley on the bottom side there with Burrows. Baker jumping to the outside. Now they're going to train up. Yeah, they're going to lock these guys in from down in that inside lane. You got 9 laps to go. Where's this move going to come? Max Brady sideways. Gregory lined up and loaded. This has been Wyatt Tinsley's race ever since the third yellow came out. He has Burrows right on that rear end. A teammate, but he won't be a teammate when it gets to 1 to go. Slice him back to the line. Toyota, Chevy. The bow ties were so dominant early on. Then Toyota was able to hold on for the majority of the night. Now it looks like those two manufacturers will have a big swing with the lone Ford on the outside. That's Brown back to 4th. A lot of lap traffic up ahead. They're going to go down that bottom. Tanhart, another one. Shove it to the inside, letting the drivers race up front. Wyatt Tinsley, Anthony Burrows. TCB still lined up and loaded. Raul Alvich trying to make the bottom lane work. Cooties will be lined up with him. 7 to go in the NWP 400. 7 to go from Daytona. They got to go get him right here. Baker's going to be lined up. You know he's going to wait. The Triple Crown right in that hands, but he has to get by 2 machines to get it done. Brown looking to go top of the stage here on YouTube. Back there in 4th. It'll be a party at Moon Vision, no doubt about it. And that 79 can get it done. Vargas back there in 5th. The outside lane's trained up. No momentum on that inside. Cooties is being forced to shove Raul Alvis as much as he can. Now Vargas down to the inside. It's going to be wheel to wheel. Ryan's going to get a big shove right here for this 21. Lots winding down. Cabrera 3 wide. First one to make the move. See West going to go down and defend. Cabrera working his way topside. Thornquist landlocked, dropping back to 1 and 2 once again. That's Wyatt Tinsley on the outside. Burrows way to the last one. That 20's gonna have the mirror drive because Ryan Vargas is on his horse. Down to that inside, still 2x2. Now this is peaking, 3 wide, holding on. Now here comes Max Brady with Andrew Cooties through the middle. 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Trying to get it. Oh, Burrows may have lagged out. We're gonna get a read.
Blinking in and out, trouble. Vargas on the bottom, he saves it. Cooties drops to the bottom, he saves it. We stay green. 5 to go for the World Center of Racing. Burrows with an internet issue, but they all stack back together. Be aggressive now or come home second. To the outside of 1 and 2. It's all Wyatt Tinsley. When do you make the move if you're Anthony Burrows? When do you make the move if you're Terrell Baker? And same with Brown back there. I think if you see that 24 drop low, you gotta go with them if you're that 79. Max Brady shuffling back to the outside. Now it's a freight train. And now West will be leading that inside lane. Cooties dropping back to 17th. Was it the save of the century that will bring us to 4 to go? It may as well be. Wyatt Tinsley, Burrows, Baker. 4 more times around Daytona. It's just 5 miles left. Make it 10 miles. Tinsley on the outside, still there at Burrows. That 33 is gonna wait. You're the 24, you know it. You're the 79, you know it as well. Swapping to the bottom. Cody Rawlings to the bottom goes Max Brady. Brady's gonna side draft Schmidt right there, and Stanley goes all the way down low. 3 wide, David Cabrera. Back to the line. Tinsley, Burrows, Baker, top 3, 3 wide, 4 wide. That's Vila down to the bottom. It's also going to be Gilliam in this mix. All the way back in 16th. I just don't see them getting up there if they don't get that bottom lane formed up. Brown back to 4th. Is going to need a shove here by Stanley. It's go time. It's 3 to go. Max Brady trying to get some help there from West. Cabrera pinballing right in the middle. Losing a lot of time. Elvis out of the pocket to the bottom. Through 3 and 4 to get the 2 to go. Raul Alves has the cavalry behind him. He's got the 19, he's got the 10, he's got the 48. Cootie stuck 3 wide. That might hurt the forward momentum. 2 to go for Wyatt Tinsley. Oh, there they go. Into the outside wall and more. Up and into the catch fence goes Gavin Austin. And the caution is gonna wave. We're going to overtime. Up and over multiple times. Abraham Vila destroyed. Michael Gregory, a lot of damage on the nose. And the cord just snapped, ladies and gentlemen. It will be a 2-lap dash for the win. Andrew Cooties, a lot of damage. I'm so sorry for that. That voice crack. Gavin Austin going cockpit first. Into that catch fence, but that totaling's done. His night might be over. That's going to be a tough break for him. Rawlings fighting his way back forward as well. Caution is out, ladies and gentlemen. What a night we have had. It's been nothing but excitement all night long as we get ready to go at it again. A lot of damage there on that 15. Let's watch back to see what happened. Oh man, Sean Rowe just shoved him all the way up and over multiple times. Goes to 15, but we got to see what exactly started this wreck. You saw Max Brady getting tagged. And we might think that might be the 43. No, Brady came down. Trying to make a move with 2 to go. And then West got right into Cooties. Michael Gregory shoved into the outside wall. Nowhere for Vargas to go, but I don't think that 06 got any damage. The real question is this. Gavin came down into the 12. That's Sean Rowe. And then Sean Rowe went ahead and hit the 15 on the other side of that car. Got the rear end first.
Caught the nose, a little bit of the cockpit, and comes right back down on all fours. Let's start with the upside down part, because then he does a cartwheel. Noses it down into the ground. You see Abraham Vila getting turned as well. Wow, what a lick. Abraham Vila into the outside wall. Gavin Austin multiple times up and over. And finally finds his way down on all fours. It's going to be checkers or wreckers. No doubt about it. Now the question is, how does this field cycle on out? Tinsley, Burrows, Baker, Brown, that's your fast four. Stanley, Schmidt, Moore, and Thurston, that's your top 8. We have big restart right here, no doubt about it. Everyone's going to have to be on their A game, but we're going to overtime, and this is how it's going to come down. Let's get ready to go at it again. Baker looking for his third. Brown looking for his first. Tinsley, Burrows, and Stanley as well. They will be lined up side by side. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. We will be getting the one to go. This is going to be it right here, no doubt about it. Let the 2x2 commence one more time. Overtime rules in NR Night in America. You get the green flag. After you get the green flag, you got to complete one full lap for this race to be official. If we have to throw a caution before the leader gets that splitter to touch that start-finish line, we will have another attempt at an overtime finish. But if the leader takes the white flag, this race is official. Next flag will end the race. In NR Night in America and on iRacing, we do not throw the yellow on the last lap, which means the next flag to end the race will automatically be the checkers. If the leaders wreck down into 1 and 2, and it might be just that driver that comes down out of that one, the winner. We will end this race under green flag conditions. Burrows on the outside, Wyatt Tinsley down on the bottom, Baker, Brown, Stanley, and Schmidt. That's your top 6. Moore, Thurston, Elvis, and Cabrera. That's your top 10. West, Thurquist, Gilliam, and Sheffer. Top 14. And the Champagne Bros rounding out that Sweet 16. Let's get ready to do it right here, right now. Overtime for an eTicket event. Overtime to see who's gonna come out that 4th turn a winner. Everyone on their feet. It's been a beautiful crowd. It's a sold-out crowd. It's one of the most anticipated events on iRacing this year. It's the NWP 400. Now it's time to crown a champion to the NR Thunder Restart Zone. 2 to go. Oh, Burrows did not get going. Baker's gonna be in the catbird seat. That's Stanley down that inside. Timothy J. Moore shoved there by Alvis. Baker lined up and loaded down that inside. Wyatt Tinsley has got the start mirror driving. He's got to get back to the white. That's all they want. Burrows on the outside, shoved there by the 79. Brown trying to get the 33 rolling, but the inside lane for the first time tonight is the advantage. And they're gonna do it. Baker 24, Wyatt Tinsley 20. They're spinning in the back. They're gonna do it. They're gonna make it back. Salamanca, 1 to go from Daytona. Timothy J. Moore on the wall. Travis Brown tagged as well. Cabrera up the 5th. When do you make the move? Your TCB through 1 and 2 for the final time. Ethan Stanley back to 3rd. Raul Alvis on the outside, down the backstretch for the final time. Right now, if you're Wyatt Tinsley, you know he's going to make a move. Through 3 and 4. Baker goes up top.
Tinsley's holding on. Does Stanley make the move at the last moment? On turn number 4 for the final time. Top to bottom. The 20 starts mirror driving. Pushing the 24 wide. Wyatt Tinsley is going to win the NWP 400. They just could not get around him. Toyota wins their first ever e-ticket event. Wow. Baker trying to get it. Moore hit the outside wall right before the start-finish line. And they started wrecking behind. And Wyatt Tinsley wins his first ever e-ticket event. And someone was going to earn it. It was going to be him. $400 richer. And that's the run to the line. What a run. What a drive. Wyatt Tinsley victorious. PTSRI back on top. And the final running order on the top of your screen. And our night in America, fueling victories all year long. And that's how it's done. He deserved it, no doubt about it. Joe Gibbs Racing finds his way in victory lane. And we will look back on that finish. As Tinsley will go to victory lane. Want to say thank you for everyone tuning in tonight. Thank you for the big support. Thank you to all the brand new subscribers as well. If you're new and you want to continue to watch this great race in action, make sure you subscribe with notifications on. Because NR Night in America always producing amazing racing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's look back at that finish as you go ahead and talk to your winner. Still burning it down and finally getting an e-ticket event. Big run here for Wyatt Tinsley. Big run for PTSRI. As they go ahead and get it done. Wyatt Tinsley is to John, you got a copy.
Let's go. How you doing? It was a good race.
And it was a good race. Walk me through it, my man. We talked about it before. They're in the middle of the race. It looked like it was going to be one of the guys that were up front the entire time that were going to get it done. You were up front the majority of the time. You may have led the most laps.
But yeah, it was a great race. I appreciate everyone working with me. I tried to keep it clean. I didn't have to use my fast repair or anything, but
Wow, you didn't?
nope, I didn't use my fast repair, and I had like 12 seconds of damage once from someone playing themselves on me, but we kept it green and kept it clean. I appreciate Tyro for pushing me there. He tried to make a move, but like he says, nah, I'm not gonna wreck you, man. And like I appreciate Tony too, Anthony Barras, and everyone that was working with all of us. Like it was just a great experience. I had a lot of fun with it.
We're gonna watch back on this finish. You led at the line, and usually leading back to the line for the one to go, you're a sitting duck. But there's an incident that happened towards the rear end that looked to have changed everything. They were all sliding around. Skipper, Schaffer, they went low. Timothy J. Moore on the bottom, getting tagged by Alvis after Cabrera went wide. The 31 slammed the wall, but did not spin around. The yellow was not thrown. You got right to the line, and there was still no incident on track, making this race official. Then they started wrecking behind. Do you think that wreck towards the back possibly changed this race?
I have to go look at it, but like I just when I working behind and me and TCB were all like separated and like they couldn't do anything and no one like had a good enough run to like try to get around both of us, but it was just I'm speechless. I didn't think I'd be able to win this thing nor lead a bunch of the laps. I saw how many people were watching that shit, man. It was a good time. Oh, I just
Over 1,200 tuned in. We are very grateful for that one.
Yeah, it was I led 66 out of the 160 laps, so almost. I think I led half the race, so I appreciate. Yeah, Tyro and then Tony, and then I appreciate Frank. Frank went to McDonald's, so I'm gonna send him some money for McDonald's. But yeah, I appreciate everyone. It's been really good for his Road to Pros next week, and I'm sending pretty good.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. You're trying to go ahead and work your way to the Coke Series right there. And I think this exposure, I don't know how much it'll help you out, but you got Road to Pro coming up.
Yeah, Road to Pros next week, and we're sending P7 in points. We're hopefully gonna all the people at NFR are really good people, like Parker, Dan. I'm sad Dan missed the race, but it would have been a really good time working with him. But it was a really good experience. I appreciate everyone watching. Yeah, everyone on it.
Well, let's talk about this real quick. I'm sorry to go ahead and cut you off right there, but that run back to the line by Baker, since we're watching it right now on stream, that move to the outside. You look back at the last plate race, or should I say super speedway race we had for an e-ticket. That was at Talladega. Michael Gregory made the move too early. In this case, Baker made it too late. At what point did you realize you won this race?
When he made the move, and I'm just able to block it and just destroy all his momentum. He didn't have help behind him, and I saw on my relative that the guy was like a car length or two behind him, so he had no momentum or was able to set anything up. So I was just able to put a little bit of a block and just was able to sail to the win. But I appreciate everyone. David Bell, he supports me. I'm happy that I can get a win for his driver.
I love to say that. For the ones that don't know, David Bell, father of Christopher Bell, and you just won in C. Bell's Toyota.
Yep, and hopefully he'll win this weekend. But yeah, I just appreciate everyone congratulating me. It's an honor, a scholar, man.
Wyatt Tinsley's been an unbelievable night. You sound out of breath. That is definitely.
I ran out of drink about a half hour ago, and I've been trying to coach them through where to go and how I was side drafting, how to do this, because I really enjoy racing this car and driving it on super speedways. It's just so much fun because I know the package and how to do everything. So I was just coaching them through it, and TCB and Tony were just asking me oh, what should I do here and what should I do here, and I was just telling them, and that's how we were able to all line up in a line and just go to the top, because the top lane is just the dominant line. It's just great.
This race was definitely a team race, at least early on. You look at it, we had 3 cautions early. We had a long green flag run from there on out, and you stayed up front. When that caution came out, it was almost like a domino effect of yellows right after. Was that expected due to there being a long green flag run? And if I'm not mistaken, we had 40 laps to go, and we still had 40 guys competing for this race.
I don't know, but just with super speed racing, it's just anyone that can do anything. It's so easy to get a run in this car that you can just have a power move and go right around someone. I was going 206 and I just flew right around Travis. And but I appreciate everyone that watched. It was really good.
It was a lot of fun, my man. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your night. You want to say anything to anyone back at home before we go ahead and check out second and third?
Yeah, I appreciate everyone that worked on PTSRI, Frank, David Bell, NFR. Yep, we're hopefully going to make it to the Coke Series, the Contender Series. We're definitely going to try. It's definitely been a really good run-up. I'm up, I'm better than I ever been. But, yeah, I appreciate it. I forgot there was money up for grabs. I literally just remembered it. I was just having a good time. I appreciate everyone. Tony. Yeah, it was a great time. I appreciate you putting it on the event. It was a great time. It wasn't a bad event at all. I had a lot of fun with it.
And we're very grateful for that one, my man. We'll see if you can defend it next year. Congratulations, Wyatt Tinsley, the winner of the second ever running of the NWP 400, and brings Toyota their first ever e-ticket event win.
Hey, thank you.
Let's go in and talk with the drivers that finished second and third, and this is going to be a different reaction. TCB, it's IDK, you got a copy.
Yo, what's up, IDK?
Finishing second, you're that close to your third. Walk me through the finish.
Well, I'll walk you through turn 4 because that's all I remember. I made the move really late because I knew Stanley was behind me, and I knew the moment that I went outside, inside, wherever, Stanley was going to get a run, and neither me or Wyatt were going to end up winning that race there. And we were working together there pretty much for the whole race, even though I wasn't up there. So we kind of vowed for one of us to win, and obviously I wasn't going to lay down and just push him to the win, you know. But yeah, I I had to make the move when I did. Damnedly would have got it, but just need a little bit of help there to get it. But yeah, second's all right, I guess.
We talked with Tinsley. We talked about that instant. The second they got to the line, the race was official. The second they got to the line, it was a bottleneck all the way to the rear end with Timothy J. Moore hitting the outside wall. Do you think that hurt any possible forward momentum you could have gotten from the strength of the pack that would have been behind you?
Yes and no. I feel like definitely if there was more cars, there would have been a huge wreck. Definitely down the back straightaway, and I possibly could have been involved in that. So, in a way, I guess I'm kind of happy it played out how it did. But definitely some help would have been nice, and some more energy in the pack. But you know, what are you gonna do? It's Daytona. You know, you're gonna have those wrecks coming to the line and those hard hits. Which some guys took some real hard hits, but just thankful to come out second, I guess.
Well, it came out to that one. You sound gut-wrenched right now because you knew your third was right there.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man. Like, you know me, man. I say this all the time. I'm not gonna wreck somebody for the win. Move somebody out of the way is a different story, you know. Myrtle Beach, but I'm not gonna wreck somebody for the win. I mean, I get it. You know, we're racing for $400 and it's an e-ticket event, but I'm not just gonna hook somebody into the outside wall and win. I'm definitely not going to feel good about that, especially Wyatt. You know, he's a good kid. He's come a long way. So I'm happy that he won. You know, good for him. He's like I said, you know, he's a respectable kid, great driver. But obviously, you know, you want to be the one in victory lane, and it just is what it is. You got to settle for second. I'm just glad I didn't use a fast repair. I got wrecked like 3 or 4 times.
I want to point this out. This was probably the most well-deserved run to the end for a super speedway, because I was just told that the top 2 drivers did not use a single fast repair. And if you look at this race, there was underdogs here and there, but it was clear from the get-go who was going to be up front going for this thing at the end of the 160 lap race. Is that down to the aero package, or is that just down to the strength of the field?
I think it's more of just kind of skill. Just knowing like who you're around and like what situations you're in. You know, it's all about situational awareness also. I've been around a few weapons, and that when I was around the weapons, I got wrecked. And I guess for Wyatt, I mean, he was up front pretty much the whole race. Even when I was like 3 laps down, he was leading. So he was always around pretty talented guys. But yeah, it's just about situational awareness and knowing the package, really. I mean, you know, I barely even did any testing. I've still barely even run any races in this car at this track or anywhere, really. So I learned a lot. Even when I was running up front, like the opening laps, I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I didn't know when to side draft or anything like that. So it's just all about learning on the fly, you know, Eddie.
I think we lost him. Did we just lose him, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know if we just lost Baker. Oh, no, he's back.
I'm here. Hi. Wait, you missed out on the last part? I guess.
Yeah, I would say just say the last part.
It wasn't anything important. I just said we just learn on the fly here at TCB, you know.
TCB runner up. You want to say anything to anyone back at home? We had over 1,200 watching the finish.
Dude, I heard about that. That's crazy. 1,200 watching. I mean, listen. First off, I want to say thank you to you. I don't think you get enough credit for what you do, putting on these races. I mean, you came from the bottom, from the gutter. And I know whenever I hopped on about a year ago, whenever I hopped on the NR Night in America train, you know, you had a few hundred people watching or whatever, and you know, you've done events with tracks and sponsors and all kinds of stuff. So you know, I appreciate you and all the hard work that you do into your baby here, and I appreciate you letting me run into this. And I appreciate all TCB Nation, my girl watching, of course. And all the fans that tune in every week to all this, and you're gonna have a beer with me in Daytona. So
as long as it's Budweiser, not Corona.
All right, fine.
Well, it's gonna be a lot of fun to see what you can do from here on out, my man. Congratulations on the 2nd place finish, and hey, you got a full week of entertainment coming from the World Center of Racing this weekend. I'll definitely see you there as well, as you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're going to take a picture. We're going to break the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen, TCB, a two-time eTicket event winner, runner-up of the second ever NWP 400. Yeehaw! And that was your top two, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go talk to your final driver on the podium. Before we go ahead and call it a night, Ethan Stanley, what a battle back from how this race originally ran from your hands. Walk me through it.
Yeah, I mean, I got that L2 penalty after the little scuffle with Wyatt there. Had to fight my way back through. Eventually got up to 5th, and then on that final restart, just kind of opened up for me, and I was able to follow those guys. Sadly, TCB didn't make the move soon enough. Otherwise, I would have had a chance at the win there.
Well,
but
it was
a good race for me.
It was an unbelievable run. Baker went top. You didn't go top. Why was that? I know that was kind of a deliberate response. Let me go and rephrase that, because we talked to Baker and he said he only remembers turn 4. Tinsley's heart rate was through the roof. Was that because you felt content sitting in line with possible something going on? Because we've seen that multiple times. A driver goes top, the leader blocks, driver in third wins. We've seen it over and over again. Or is that just fundamental running down that bottom?
I mean, at the end there, just if I would have went top, I don't think it would have benefited me at all, especially if they did collide.
Yes, we're watching it right now. We're watching back. There's a lot of room between you and that 24, and that 24 was all over the 20.
Yeah, he was right on his bumper, so I figured if I went top, I'd just get left out to dry. So stuck on their rear ends and just waited for turn 4 see if they would make a move, and they just didn't in the end.
Well, that's how it went down, my man. Congratulations on P3. Quantum Threat coming back. There was an up and down race for a lot of these guys, moving top to bottom, front and back. You want to say anything to anyone back at home before we go ahead and close out the night?
Yeah, thanks to, I think it might be a record-breaking audience for tonight, 1,100 people or so watching at the same time. I mean, that's really cool. I mean, all the fans out here, big shout out to them. Shout out to you for making the event happen. Same with the guys at NWP broadcast, Darren Gilliam.
Well, it was a lot of fun, my man.
Race.
Oh, yes, it was. Ethan Stanley, you've been winning a couple of races. Well, guess what? You may be in the points hunt right here big time to win a championship in August. Points will be added up later tonight. Next Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, will be the next stream. Ethan Stanley going for the month of August title.
So I know you said it earlier. I also didn't use a fast repair the whole race. Even with all the accidents I ended up in.
Oh, wow.
Was able to get the cards going again. Most damage I had was about a minute. So.
That proves a lot right here. So let's talk about it. We had one fast repair for this entire race. We had a lot of incidents, and we were told by the admins, they're like, hey, it's going to get aggressive here. But like we were kind of told ahead of time before that influx of yellows that came out, it's going to get bad, most likely, because there's still 40 guys racing. I thought we were down to 30. By the time we got to halfway, I was like, there's got to be down 30. There was a couple incidents that easily took guys out. With the old damage model, we would have easily been down to 30. I think after like 2 or 3 incidents or 2 cautions back to back after the third yellow came out, we'd have been probably down to 25. But the top 3, and they've all been in incidents tonight, did not use a fast repair. That just shows how durable these next gens now are on iRacing.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to easily repair the car, and I just didn't need it in the end. I mean, Vila, my new teammate, he unfortunately didn't have the same luck as me, but it was a good run for him as well, and just a great run for Quantum tonight.
It was a great run. My man, Ethan Stanley, finishing P3 in the second ever running of the NWP 400. And hopefully, did you enjoy this race? That's the real question. Did you enjoy this race? Those drivers up front said they enjoyed it. They thought it was a really good race. Wyatt Tinsley really enjoyed it.
It was a whole lot of fun. Really fun with some really talented people up there. And, actually nice to have, well, I wouldn't say a clean race, but a pretty fair race.
And yes, it was. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Ethan Stanley driving for Quantum Threat, finishing 3rd in this eTicket event. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish in the NWP 400.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, my voice is gone. Yes, it is, but that's okay because it has been an unbelievable night. The NWP 400, the hype was high all week long, and oh, did it deliver. You can catch the NWP, the NASCAR Weekly Podcast, tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. They will most likely go in and give a nice little rundown of this one. Wyatt Tinsley victorious. The amazing Alvis dropping the 25. We're going to read all the super chats before we call it a night. Alvis dropping the 25 saying, had lots of fun tonight for hosting this event. Enjoy my time as, oh, I'm sorry about that. My a little illiterate right now. Been going back and forth on a bunch of things. Had tons of fun. Thanks for hosting the event. Enjoying my time as always. Happy with a good run and P6. Thank you, Mr. Alvis, for dropping down that 25. Thank you to everyone that tuned in. I know we were not able to answer a lot of super chats here tonight, but we do want to say thank you for over 12,000 tuning in. YouTube's still very much counting the numbers, and they will have the full number most likely by tomorrow morning. But once again, we had over 1,200 tune in. That's massive. It's huge, and just shows that the NWP 400 definitely here to stay. Last year, 1,000 and change, probably like 26 tuned in, and we exceeded that number by a huge margin, and we're very thankful for that one. Once again, want to say thank you to all the viewers that tuned in, thank you to everyone that dropped a like on tonight's stream. Thank you to FPS Silver. My voice is gone. Dropping the $2 super chat. NASCAR Fan Uploads dropping the 99 cents. Old Damien dropping the 2, dropping another 2, and dropping the $10 super chat. Thank you, David Bell, for dropping the 5. Tim Woodfield for dropping the $2 super chat. David Bell dropping the 10, and David Bell dropping the 5. Good luck for Christopher Bell this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap things up here. You can catch NR Night in America back next Tuesday as it's championship night for NR Night in America for the month of August. With that being said, my name's Jonathan Ramos, and you just watched a 400-mile event. Flag-to-flag coverage, not a single commercial break needed, and it was non-stop action since the drop of the green flag. With that being said, we hope you enjoy the rest of your night, as there will be a new tomorrow. And with that being said, keep that smile on your face, because we're going to be back, and you can watch back on this event whenever you want. So long for now, but there will be a hello very soon. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen, and this will conclude the second ever running of the NWP 400.